There we go. There we go. Now I got it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Steel City Sports Report, where we talk everything Steelers, Penguins, and Pirates. I am your host, Brady Vini, back again, ladies and gentlemen. Fortunately, unfortunately, who knows, for another Pittsburgh Steelers game day, a big one on hand for us here this evening, a 4:25 kickoff between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Buffalo Bills. We are here, as always, to laugh, cry, cheer, boo, all of that good stuff that comes with watching Pittsburgh Steelers football. Today, the Steelers at 6-5, taking on the 7-4 Buffalo Bills. This one should be exciting. It's got tons of star power featured in this matchup, and here in a moment, about 4:25-ish, we will react live to this game and see how things unfold here today. Before we get there, though, in a minute, we are going to start off, of course, with our usual pregame notes and tidbits between the Steelers and the Bills, top stories, key matchups, inactives for both squads, and time permitting, my final predictions for today's game we will get to here in a moment. But before we even do all of that, if you are new here, 8 of you in here right now, I'm sure that number will go up as we move along this evening. If you are new here, hit subscribe on your way in, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so that you never miss a thing here on the channel again. Also, leave a like on this live stream, share this live stream so we can keep on getting more viewers in here. And in the comments section, any thoughts, questions, or opinions that you may have, be sure to leave those there as well. To the comment section we go already here today. Flacco, here we go. Crystal Carter, welcome back, Crystal. What is up, Steelers family? THP in here as well. Welcome, THP. My dad in here as well. Jaeger, he is in here. Which Steelers team will show up today, the good or the bad? That is what we are here to find out about here, Jaeger. If I had to go out on a limb, not really spoiling my final predictions, assuming that we even get there, I'm going to lean towards more the bad than the good. But hey, we'll see. Steelers do have some things going in their favor in this matchup. Not a lot, but do have some things that we will talk about here in a minute. THP here throwing up over all this bad football. Apparently drank 3 beers so far. Yeah, the football slate so far today, not the most entertaining or flashy, but maybe the Bills and Steelers can change that here in a minute. Bills have to win this game, says THP. That actually, THP, is going to take me into my first top story here today. My top story for this matchup is that this is as close to a must-win game as you can possibly get for both teams at this point in the season. Both teams, I think, have underachieved so far this season to some degree. Usually the Buffalo Bills, they're atop the AFC East and have that thing just about locked up, if not with a ton of breathing room. About this time of year, the Steelers, they have squandered a pleasantly surprising start to the season, and now they are just fighting to stay atop the division. Both are looking at the standings right now, fighting to keep their heads above water. Buffalo quickly becoming a distant second to the New England Patriots. Pittsburgh, they have officially been caught by the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC North, and they were in second place in the North behind the Ratbirds until Cincinnati beat them on Thanksgiving. So thank you to the Bungles for that one. Those two situations, why I'm saying this is a big game for these two teams here today. The Bills, they're trying to stay in a wild card spot, maybe catch New England if they stumble a bit down the stretch here. Also, they're trying to make it a little bit easier on their general manager, Brandon Beane. I think looking at the Buffalo Bills situation, Brandon Beane is sort of their Mike Tomlin. He catches all the heat, so maybe they're looking to fight a little bit extra harder for him today, and look to right a few wrongs. They've been off for the past 10 days, have the Buffalo Bills. They had some extra time to chew on a devastating loss to Davis Mills and the Houston Texans last week. The Steelers, however, with a win, they would get a much-needed game advantage on the Baltimore Ravens before facing Baltimore twice in the final 5 games of the season. A loss for either of these teams puts their odds of making the playoffs in more jeopardy, in my opinion, especially looking at the tough schedule these two teams have to end the year. Among their last 5 opponents, the Bills, they have the Cincinnati Bengals, now with Joe Burrow back. They also face New England and the Philadelphia Eagles, which I doubt the Eagles, they're going to be good enough to sit anyone here towards the end of the year. The Steelers, their last 5 games, we know what those matchups are. Baltimore next week, Miami the week after that, a Monday night game. We know how the Steelers do on primetime television. The Detroit Lions, which they seem to be have come back to earth a little bit, but still dangerous. The Cleveland Browns now looking, I guess, a little bit better offensively with Shadur Sanders. And then they face Baltimore to wrap up the season as well. So that factoring everything I just said there, I think that this is going to be a massive game to win today if you are either of these teams. My other 2 stories that I have heading into today's game, the return of Aaron Rodgers. That is another big story today for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Overall this week, the Steelers, they have received good news on the injury front, but most important, they get number 8 back behind center, so that is good there. There were some speculations that, could have Rodgers played last week against the Chicago Bears? If he did play, would it have made a difference? I don't know. We can live in that hypothetical world all we want, but focusing on today, this is a big development for the Steelers. In practice this week, Rodgers limited on Wednesday. He then turned into a full participant on Thursday and Friday with the ability to firmly grasp and palm the football with his left hand. Of course, that being his injury, a left wrist injury. On Friday, head coach Mike Tomlin said Rodgers would come into today with no injury designation, and he did get more reps with the first teamers this week, more than he did last week heading into the Chicago game. Today, though, we did this morning, heading into the afternoon, get more information on Rodgers, his injury, and what all he is expected to do here today. NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport, he reported this morning that Rodgers has at least 3 fractures in his left wrist. He further clarified that one of those fractures is a more consequential break that could only happen with significant force. But thankfully, Rappaport said no bones are displaced in this injury for Rodgers, which will make the pain a little bit more tolerable. I don't know about you, but still, 3 fractures in your wrist sounds a lot painful, and I would not be surprised in the slightest if you see A-Rod with a brace out there today, and if maybe he received some sort of numbing agent or anything like that before today's game, that would not surprise me either. Also, we heard from Fox Sports NFL analyst Jay Glazer. He heard last night from Mike Tomlin that the Steelers, they plan to limit Rodgers' time under center today. They will have him in some pistol and shotgun formation throughout the game today. So that makes it seem clear. Steelers, they're going to try to get the ball out of Rodgers' hand as quick as possible and rely on the running and short passing game heavily this evening. Additionally, the Steelers, they are also going to get back wide receivers DK Metcalf and Ben Skoranek, as well as outside linebacker Alex Highsmith and Joey Porter Jr., all 4 of those gentlemen healthy enough to play today with no injury designations. Speaking of health, that takes me into the final story right here. Both of these teams losing big on the front lines here today. Both squads hampered at key positions on their offensive line. I guess I'll start with the Steelers here. Wouldn't be shocked if Aaron Rodgers is a little uneasy inside that pocket today, not just because he'll be protecting himself with that injury, but also he will not have his blindside blocker here today. No Broderick Jones for the Pittsburgh Steelers this evening. For this, he is out with a neck injury. There was this weird play last weekend against the Chicago Bears where Montez Sweat sort of jumped up in the air, heading Jones's way, landed on the top of Jones's head. It was a real wonky looking play. Broderick did not finish that game. Seemed to be fine initially post game, but Calvin Anderson did fill in the rest of the way for him. Turns out, we learned earlier this week, the injury more significant and serious than what we expected. And today, it will be 10-year veteran, former first-round pick, Andres Pete, who fills in for Broderick Jones at left tackle. This season, Pete mainly been a healthy scratch. Did have a start a couple of weeks ago, but at left guard in place of Isaac Seumalo. Thankfully, though, does have that tackle guard versatility. We will see today how he holds up starting on Rodgers' blind side. The Steelers also, I think they knew they would be with Jones or be without Jones all week. So hopefully Pete, ready to go today, has developed, and the Steelers have developed, I should say, a solid game plan with 77 out of the lineup. For the Bills, though, they have it way worse. Double whammy for them. They will be without starting Pro Bowl left tackle Deion Dawkins and four-year veteran right tackle Spencer Brown here today. So both starting tackles down and out for Buffalo. Dawkins still in concussion protocol. Brown, he's dealing with a shoulder injury. Both men did not practice at all this week, so they were an easy miss for this game. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure who is going to be starting in their place. We'll have to look at the starting lineup when CBS pops that up on their screen. But according to at least one of their depth charts, they are slated to start 27-year-old Ryan Van Denmark at left tackle, which I think he's been dealing with some injuries this season as well. And at right tackle, they are going to go with sixth-round pick in 2024, Tylen Grable. So massive dilemma for Buffalo that I'm going to highlight, and I think is something that will greatly affect the outcome of today's game, which takes us into the key matchups today for this game. I got three key matchups here, ladies and gentlemen. Top one here, gonna stick with those tackles being out for the Bills. TJ Watt, Nick Herbig, Alex Highsmith, those guys against the Bills' backups offensive tackles. We've seen this a good bit so far this season where, the Steelers have some sort of favorable matchup, edge rusher against tackle on the outside. Have they taken advantage of it a whole bunch? Not really, but today, if you're going to have any chance to win, they must do a fantastic job. Both backups got to get in Josh Allen's face and contain him in the pocket. How they do on the outside will play a big role here today. The Steelers, they also are going to go against Allen, who was sacked a career-high 8 times against the Houston Texans last week. Now, I doubt the Steelers will be able to match that mark set by Houston last week, but if they could, the outside linebackers get to Allen at least 3 to 4 times, which I don't think that's too lofty of a goal for them, I believe that, that will help the Steelers immensely. They have the capability to do it. Hopefully, they'll be able to turn that capability into a reality. Sort of going hand in hand with that, the Steelers' run defense versus the Bills' rushing offense, I think is going to be a big matchup to look for today. The Steelers' run defense, pretty hot and cold. I think it's fair to say over the past couple of games, but today I need to see a big stand performance from them. We just mentioned that they are without both starting offensive tackle, so that helps a little bit, the Steelers going up against the Bills, but they're still going to have a handle to corral who's running the ball their way. Running back James Cook putting together a nice season for himself, and of course Josh Allen, he's one of the better rushing quarterbacks in the entire league. Both are elusive, hard to bring down, and a threat to house it at any moment. But if you're the Steelers, if you can somehow find a way to limit them to minimal gains, that will play into your advantage here today, in my opinion. The Bills, they're going to try to establish the run with James Cook, settle in those replacements at tackle, and avoid those backups going into pass coverage. You stop the run, you force that. You force those tackles to start pass protecting, and also conditions there with the wind at Acrisure Stadium today. We'll get into that here in a moment. That will play a big factor today in helping the defense against the passing game. Last matchup that I have here real quick before we get into inactives, going hand in hand again with the defense, Steelers defense, stopping the Bills rushing attack. Steelers offense, they can help with that too if they are able to run the ball effectively. Now, for a majority of this season, we have been begging Arthur Smith, Steelers offensive coordinator, and this offense to establish the run early and stick with it throughout the game. We have not seen that happen a whole lot this year, but today it'd be pretty ideal for that to happen. Steelers, they can get the run game going early. that does many things. It helps put the Bills' offense in catch-up mode, forcing them to be more one-dimensional. Keeps Josh Allen off the field, which I think we can all agree, the more time he spends on the sidelines, the better. It most importantly, I think, helps protect your 42-year-old quarterback with a bad wrist and not, having him need to drop back, throw the ball, and risk taking hits. And also, you may not want to throw the ball a whole lot because, like I just said in the segment earlier, the winds, they are a whistle in here in Western Pennsylvania. And the Bills, they're also down 2 starters on the defensive line. Defensive tackle Ed Oliver, outside linebacker Michael Hoyt, both of those gentlemen on injured reserve. I don't know if Jaylen Warren, if he is good to go today. Well, he will play, but 2 weeks now removed from his ankle injury. I hope he's as close to 100% as he possibly can be. I don't care if it's him, Kenneth Gainwell, Caleb Johnson. Hell, put Darnell Washington in the backfield if you have to. You must get the rushing attack going today if you are the Steelers. If that doesn't happen, it's going to be a long day watching Aaron Rodgers try to throw that football into the wind with a bad wrist that I'm sure is in his head. So let's get the run game going today if you're the Steelers. Stop the run for Buffalo. Those are my keys to victory here today. Inactives for both of these squads before we see kickoff happen over here to my right in a moment. For the Steelers today, no Scotty Miller. He is inactive. I assume a healthy inactive, though he did have the finger injury not too long ago. Will Howard back to emergency QB3 after backing up Mason Rudolph yesterday, or I should say last week. This one right here, ladies and gentlemen, a surprise healthy inactive today for 34-year-old corner Darius Slay. So he not playing today. He'll be on the sideline in street clothes. Replacing Slay today, let's celebrate, Steelers fans. Asante Samuel Jr., elevated from the practice squad. He will be out there on the field for the black and gold here today. Excited to see what that young man has in store. The other 2 inactives, Logan Lee, defensive tackle, typical healthy inactive for him, and Derek Harmon. He will not play today for the Steelers, out with a knee injury. Thankfully, not the same knee injury that he had in the preseason. Hopefully, he'll be good to go next week against Baltimore. Not mentioned in the inactives for Pittsburgh, left tackle Broderick Jones. Mentioned him earlier. He, yesterday, I believe, was placed on IR, out a minimum of 4 games. But I think reports from earlier today say that that neck injury more serious than what we expected. So his remainder of the season is in jeopardy. For the Bills, they have a laundry list of injuries. Wide receiver Josh Palmer, he's out with some sort of injury. Starting linebacker Terrell Bernard, out with an elbow. Tight end Dalton Kincaid with a hamstring. Deion Dawkins concussion. Spencer Brown, elbow and knee. Those guys all out with injury. A majority of them starters for this Buffalo Bills team. The only healthy inactives they have are corner Jamarcus Ingram and defensive tackle Fedarian Mathis. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Kickoff between the Steelers and the Bills. Chris Boswell boots it away. This one will be returned by, I believe that is Ty Johnson, and he will bring it out a little bit beyond the 20-yard line. So here we go. The Steelers and Bills ready to do battle here today. Weather there in Pittsburgh, a cloudy 38 degrees, and that's not going to get any warmer throughout the game here today. The big story, though, the wind, like I said, 33 miles an hour at kickoff. I should say pregame there in Pittsburgh, and I doubt those winds are going to die down at all with the river right there. First play of the game here for the Bills, and it is going to be a handoff for Josh Allen to James Cook, and he is going to get a big gain here. That is going to be a gain of at least 15 before he is shoved out of bounds by Jalen Ramsey. Not the start that you wanted to see for this Steelers team. Cook running to the left, then cut it back to the right. TJ Watt and Joey Porter Jr. get 2 sucked in. Mike Tomlin with a good old GD there on the sideline there. And boom, all of a sudden, the Bills, they're at their own 42-yard line. This is going to be a quick screenplay here, and that is going to be incomplete. Usually we see that kind of stuff from the Steelers. Josh Allen, as soon as he takes that snap, I believe was looking for someone out there in the left flat. A screen was developing. The ball was thrown too low. I think Alex Highsmith might have affected that on its way there. It's incomplete. Ball skipped out of bounds anyway. I don't think it was that much of a lateral, so you couldn't even argue that part either. 2nd and 10 now for Buffalo. This is going to be another run here for James Cook, and he is going to run into a pile of bodies there. It's only a gain of 2. Keanu Benton, the third-year nose tackle for the Steelers, and rookie defensive tackle Y.A. Black in there on the stop there. Black, you're going to see a ton of him here today, filling in for Derek Harmon. 12 of you in here. Welcome into the live stream. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button. It's going to be 3rd and 7 here for Buffalo. Ball will be placed at the 44-yard line. Back to Allen's left. Allen back to pass, firing over the middle, and it is going to be caught in Steelers territory at the 43-yard line. And a new set of downs for Buffalo. They do convert on 3rd and long. That was number 18, Brandon Cooks, ladies and gentlemen, was just cut a couple of weeks ago after the trade deadline by the New Orleans Saints. There were some Steelers fans clamoring, hey, Pittsburgh, go take a look at this guy with your wide receiver depth issue. They do not. Instead, Cooks signing to the Bills' active roster earlier this week. He, along with, I think, who was it? I think Gabe Davis. They elevated Gabe Davis from the practice squad. So Brandon Cooks and Gabe Davis, 2 wide receivers who the Steelers were rumored to be in on throughout the year. They are active today for Buffalo in place of wide receiver Curtis Samuel, who was put on IR a couple of days ago. So there is maybe a, not ghost of the Steelers past, but a ghost of who the Steelers could have had haunting them right there. On 1st down there, it was a 1-yard run by James Cook to the right. And now, back him up even further. We will take that. Alex Kempf, the 8th-year referee, is going to call a false start here. That is going to be on the right tackle, and that right tackle is Alec Anderson. So not Tylen Grable, like who I saw on a depth chart. That is Alec Anderson starting at right tackle here today. Who do they have at left? I wonder. Got to see if I can get a number here. That might be Van Denmark over there at left tackle. Reggie Gillum, fullback in the game. He motions out. Allen is looking to pass, and it's going to be a screen set up to the left for James Cook. He is going to stutter step there for a moment and then push ahead. Tackle made by Patrick Queen. That's a gain of 4 yards, maybe 5 for James Cook. And now it'll be 3rd and 10. So here we go. Steelers again with the chance to get a 3rd down stop right here. Looking there at Joe Brady for Buffalo. This Bills team, the best rushing offense in the league. Could the Steelers get a big stop here today? I think stopping the run will be critical, forcing situations like this. 3rd and 10, Allen makes the adjustment, now takes the snap. Firing short there, and it is! Is that picked? Oh my God, it's picked off by Brandon Eccles! They're blowing the whistle, saying he was down, but the Steelers have an interception! Brandon Eccles making a big play again for the black and gold! Wow! Was that Gabe Davis? He was looking for Josh Allen. Eccles steps right in front of him and picks it off. That indeed was Gabe Davis, who was the intended target. Eccles, I think, might have been lined up with him in the slot, steps in front of him and picks him off. And the Steelers, they don't just get the stop. I wasn't quite sure. I think Buffalo might have been on the outskirts of field goal range. Instead of the Steelers forcing them to settle for 3, they're going to get the ball on offense. Let's go. Big play there to start the game if you're the Steelers. Hell yeah. To the comment section we go here. Concepts in here. Pick. Yo. Bad Josh, says THP. A turnover to begin the ball game for the Steelers defense. The Bills looks like they might have been starting to drive a little bit. They hurt themselves with the false start penalty, and that slowly snowballs into an interception by Josh Allen. And the Steelers offense with some great field position here. I believe they're going to get the ball around the 40-yard line. If I had to guess here, let me check here. But the defense standing tall, making a big play, a turnover culture defense that we talk about. This team, this defense, it seems like they live and die sometimes by the turnover. If they don't get turnovers, they're screwed. If they do, they look in good shape. Well, that's a good start right there, a positive sign, hopefully, of things to come. Brandon Echols, an interception at the 35-yard line. That is where the Steelers will start their next drive. Concepts here in the comments. I do remember you bringing up Steelers should trade multiple first-round picks for Josh Allen. Told you he'd be a Steeler. Definitely helping the Steelers there. Made a completion, first of his career, I think, to a Steeler. So that's good there. Bills trending down in the last few weeks, says THP. Going to catch up with your comments from earlier, by the way, as well. Right here, THP. Steelers also, too. The Bills haven't played well. Going to be a good one. Joe Burrow helping the Steelers. See that as well there, THP. Run the football. That is what we want to see. That is what I want to see on this screen right here, right now, as the Steelers offense is going to take the field. Help Aaron Rodgers establish the run. Don't make him throw it with a bad wrist in this wind. Rock to number 30. Give it to Jaylen Warren, please. Give it to him. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Steelers offense taking the field. Aaron Rodgers back in there after missing last week with that wrist injury. Big brace on his left wrist. Let's see how he handles this here. Again, faking the pitch to Jaylen Warren. First pass of the game, it's going to be to DK Metcalf. That is going to be a reception on the designed rollout to the left, and that is going to be an 8-yard gain. So hopefully tons of that here today for the Steelers. Protect Rodgers from taking hits. If he's going to pass the ball, get him out moving or get it out of his hands quickly. That's a good start right there, a gain of 8. It's going to be second and short here for the black and gold, 2nd and 2. It's like we got maybe a jumbo tight end set there to the right. Handoff here to Jaylen Warren running to the left. And, oh, boy, I think Warren, did he get the first down there? That's close. We'll see. Did they give it to him? There was a massive collision of bodies. I think Mason McCormick, Steelers right guard, went flying there. What the heck happened? No, they're going to mark him short. It's going to be 3rd and 1. I don't even think it's the full one either. 3rd down here for the Steelers. Cannot go 3 and out off of this turnover. This is bigger than what most may realize. Darnell Washington motions. It's going to be a handoff here to Jaylen Warren, lined up there with Kenneth Gainwell, and he is going to push, and now it's a rugby scrum. He's got the first down, and that is going to be a gain of about 3 yards right there. Definitely got the first down on the initial surge. The push after was just, how much could you get after the fact? Steelers moving the chains. Like to see it. To the comment section again. Here, ton of you in here right now. Bro really went, can't believe that happened. Yeah, you came in right at the right time there, Freight Train. I see you, my dad in here. Need to see some Mount Washington. I would love to see some Darnell Mount Washington today. Snap here, and this play is going to be blown up. Jaylen Warren lined up behind Aaron Rodgers, runs out to the right. Rodgers pitches the ball to him, and immediately there were 3 Bills in the backfield. I think Benford, Christian Benford, one of their starting linebackers, He's going to make the tackle for loss there. A loss of 2 on the play for the Steelers. 2nd and 12 now from the 44.5-yard line in Steelers territory. 3 receivers stack at the top of the formation. Rodgers takes it, dropping back to pass. Now it's going to be a screen set up to Jalen Warren. He's got Darnell Washington blocking for him, but it is Matt Milano who comes in and takes out Warren down low. It's only a 2-yard gain, and it's going to be 3rd and long here for the Steelers. Now it's looking grim here for the Steelers. Tackle there, low by Milano. What linebackers are taught to do on these running backs. See how many the Bills rush here. Calvin Austin motions for the Steelers. The lone tight end out there is Washington. Kenneth Gainwell in the backfield to Rodgers' left. Taking the snap, looking to pass is Rodgers. Pumps, fires deep downfield, and it is incomplete. Looking for Calvin Austin, and that is Tre'Davious White, the longtime Buffalo Bill in coverage. No flag on the play. That ball dropped in a bucket by Rodgers, a perfect throw. And now looking at that could have been pass interference. Second look now, White had the right arm of Austin all tangled up and didn't look back for the ball. That should have been pass interference. Punt here from Corliss Waitman. It's going to be fair caught by Shakir at the 18-yard line. And the Bills, they are going to come back onto the field on offense. I have no idea why there wasn't a penalty there. Second look at it. Austin was able to get his left hand up there to get a piece of that ball, but White never got his head around, had the right arm of Austin all tied up. And that is a missed opportunity there. Austin was looking for a flag immediately. I think Rodgers was as well. No bueno. And the defense for the Steelers are going to need to come back out on the field. The offense, the Steelers offense, they have been fairly decent this season, converting points at least off of turnovers. But that time, they are a failure in that department. To the comments section here. Concepts, blatant, PI, never turned around, held CA3's hand, of course. Yeah, he was grabbing. I initially thought, like you, Flacco, that was good coverage, but he definitely was grabbing. Never call pass interference against us. I guess, I wonder, does lack of talent, maybe play into that? Because in that situation, you got Calvin Austin, which he hasn't really proven to be anything more than a 3 in this league at this point, going up against a seasoned veteran, former All-Pro in Tre'Davious White. I think the referees, and I think this goes across all sports, baseball, hockey, all that good stuff, they're going to favor in ticky-tacky situations that the veteran did the right thing more than, the rookie or inexperienced guy getting anything done against him there. So that's just absolutely sucks there for the Steelers. Good to see you all in here. Looks like textbook dude never had his head turned around. Should have been an automatic flag. Yeah, DK always gets called for nothing. I'll try to shut up, but damn, says Concepts. Yeah, Metcalf always gets called for push-offs and illegal contact downfield, all that good stuff, but nothing on the Steelers. Trying to see what comments you guys had here earlier. Freight train hanging Christmas lights outside. It's like 40 degrees and drizzling rain. Hopefully you got many layers on there, Freight train. Here where I am, been windy all day, just like it is there at Acrisure Stadium. 33-mile-an-hour winds there at Acrisure. Sure, it's pretty much the same here. First play for the Bills on this second drive of the game for them. It's going to be a run for James Cook, and he is going to carry a couple of Steelers bodies, Patrick Queen and Kyle Duggar, to name them exactly, for 8 to 9 yards. So an excellent run there for James Cook on first down. Looking here, seeing if there's some other stuff from you guys. Have a feeling A-Rod is going to make a few throws that remind us all he's still that bad man here today, THP. Calling for a little Perk Rogers. Maybe we do get that. That throw to Austin, it was on the money. So I'm hoping that that's a positive sign of things to come. Another handoff here to James Cook, and he is going to get first down yardage. That's going to be a gain of 5 yards. Peyton Wilson among the gang of Steelers on the tackle there. It's going to set up a new set of downs here for the Bills. James Cook coming off the field here for Buffalo. It's now 6 carries for 40 yards for him. It's like he's getting his helmet looked at there. Maybe something broke on James Cook helmet. Now back in there. This is going to be another handoff and breaking with speed and up past the 45-yard line before he is tripped up. That is Ray Davis. What burst right there from, I believe, the Kentucky product. And that is going to be a gain of somewhere in the 12 to 14-yard range, I believe. And another first down for Buffalo. Excuse me, that was a 15-yard run. Judgment a little off there. And another run. Davis again, and geez, this team cannot stop the run right now. That is another 13-yard gain for Davis. I think they're running the ball, guys. I think they're running it. Let's make that clear. They're handing the ball off to who's ever in the backfield. How about we crowd the box here? That might help a little bit. Jesus, come on. That's now 2 carries and like 30 yards for Ray Davis. Holy hell. Lined up again in the backfield here. Allen under center, and what do you know? It's a handoff. And this time, finally, we realized they're running it. How about that? We clogged up all the gaps, forced him to run outside, and waiting there was Nick Herbig for the tackle for loss. Minus 2 yards in the other direction. What a concept. How about that? Nice little business decision there for Ray Davis. He either could run into Cam Hayward or run into Nick Herbig. Went for the smaller of the two. That's a smart decision by him. Looks like Ty Johnson is now in the game for the Bills. They're receiving running back. And now we've got another flag, and Chuck, another yellow towel out there on the field. Another false start on Alec Anderson, the right tackle. False start number 2 of the game already for Spencer Brown's backup, trying to get out of the gates early. That time, TJ Watt wasn't even out on the field. I understand if you're false starting and TJ Watt is there, but man, Jack Sawyer is lined up over you. Maybe he's putting the fear of God into Anderson. Allen now in the shotgun takes this, and this is going to be caught out of the backfield here and getting a gain. Solid one there. And now we got a flag on top of it. It's going to be a hold on the defense. So this screen here play that worked for the Bills didn't get them the first down, but got them solid yardage. Tack on even more here. That's going to be, that's not a holding. That's going to be a personal foul on Kyle Duggar for a face mask. So forget that, and that's even worse. Fantastic. Let's see here on the tackle, and did he even get his face mask? Oh my God, he didn't even get his face mask! They called a face mask on Duggar. Did they take it off? I think they took it off. Okay, good. It's 3rd and 10. They did not give him the face mask because he did not even get it. That was all ball that Kyle Duggar grabbed right there. Now it's 3rd and 10 for Buffalo at the 42 in Steelers territory. Johnson initially motioned out of the backfield. Now he motions in here to Allen's left. Allen is going to make a check at the line here, pointing at something. Here we go, 3rd and 10. Looking to pass is Allen. Pocket collapsing around him. Allen Gets rid of it. It's incomplete to Johnson, and the Steelers are going to get off the field again. There we go. Another 3rd and long forced by this defense, and they are able to force the incompletion. Allen initially looking to the right. Pocket was collapsing around him. The right side of the pocket was quickly getting caved in by T.J. Watt and Y.A. Black. Nick Herbig was able to wrap up Allen just enough to force him to throw it incomplete. And the Bills, they're lining up like they're going to go for it here on 4th and 10. They're sort of in no man's land where it's too long or too short to punt, too long for a field goal. And now they're just going to take the flag in the delay of game, and they're going to bring out the punt unit as expected. Good job. Nobody jumping right there. No offsides. Good play. Bills are going to take the delay of game, get their punter a little bit more room to work with. And the Steelers offense looks like they're going to get the ball back again here. The wind, it is howling there at Acrisure Stadium. They're showing those flag poles at the closed end of the stadium at the top there. That flag, it is like it's pinned to the sky. It is straight as straight can be. Punting here from the 40-yard line. That is going to be hitting at the 3-yard line and bouncing into the end zone. Who's their punter, by the way? Their punter, Mitch Wishnowski. I believe that's former San Francisco 49er, if I remember. Sure, wind definitely played a role into that one. That punt going into the end zone for a touchback, so the Steelers, they'll get the ball at the 20-yard line. By the way, I know they're there and they're having a good old time. And speaking from experience going to a Steeler game in the cold, I know once the game gets going, you're into it, you're yelling, you're standing and all that, and sort of the adrenaline keeps you warm. But I pity the people that are up there in the nosebleeds. They got to be freezing their asses off with the wind. You're talking as this game goes on, mid to low 30s, and you got 30-mile-an-hour winds blowing you every which way. That has got to be rough up there. To the comment section, we go again here. Arthur Morgan in here. Welcome, Arthur. Less flags. Let them play. Oh, I do agree, but when plays do warrant flags, I would like to see them called. And referees, they've had thrown 4 flags, maybe 5 already, and I don't even think we're out of the first quarter yet. There is 3:19 left to go here in the first, so flags, they're being thrown aplenty so far here today. Justin Weimer in here. Welcome, Justin. Austin is tough as far as taking a hit, but he's not tough enough to fight for balls. Yeah, that's where you really could use another big body other than DK Metcalf. We saw that a bunch in the Bears game last week where you were throwing go balls and 50-50 balls down the sideline for Calvin Austin and Roman Wilson. Like, those are not the type of guys you throw those balls to, but I guess, Rodgers put the ball in a perfect spot there, but Austin having his arm tied up certainly did not help. Sorry to bring this up, says THP, but man, what the hell happened to Pitt, bro? Honestly, I don't know. They deserve to lose. I know Pitt alumni on here. I was there for a second last week contemplating, do I go live against Miami or not? But that game turned out exactly what as expected. Pitt does not have the size or athleticism that Miami has, and they really hurt themselves with dumb penalties. So they honestly deserved to lose that game. Going to get back into your comments sections. Keep them coming. I definitely will try to catch up to them as the game moves along here this evening. 13 of you in here. Welcome in. If you have not done so already, subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications so that you never miss a thing. Keep those comments coming. Steelers are going to start this drive from the 20. Rodgers has Spencer Anderson, the backup swing tackle, jumbo tight end, to his right as a fullback. They're going to pitch and run it to the right here with Kenneth Gainwell towards the sideline, and Anderson Could only block one guy there. Chose to block Benford. He let number 45 there for Buffalo. That is Shaq Thompson, the former Carolina Panther, make the tackle on Kenneth Gainwell. Gain of 2. So, not the success the Steelers were hoping for on that play. 2 yards in a cloud of dust. Let's see what they have dialed up this time. Rodgers again with Jaylen Warren 3 yards behind him. Rodgers leaving his hand in that hand warmer until he's about to take the snap. Takes it here. This is going to be a run to the left here for Jaylen Warren, and he is going to knock his right tackle, Troy Fautanu, over. That's a gain of 4 yards there. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 4 for the Steelers. Heavy cast on that left hand there and left wrist for Rodgers. Now it's going to be 3rd and 4. Steelers were able to convert 1 3rd down on that last drive. Let's see if they can do it again here. Kenneth Gainwell motions out of the backfield, lines up out left as a wide receiver. Rodgers, the pass. He's going to take a shot down the sideline, and oh my God! Incomplete. Oh boy, Roman Wilson. If that ball is caught in stride, Roman Wilson is still running right now to the end zone. Oh my goodness. I think Christian Benford, the linebacker, was lined up on Roman Wilson there. Rodgers overshot him, but I definitely think Wilson could have taken a better route to that ball. Sort of came in more inside towards the middle of the field than he did stay in vertical along that sideline. Missed chance there. Punt here from Corliss Waitman. It's going to be caught a couple yards beyond the 30 by Shakir. We got a flag down, though. Let's see what this penalty marker is about. Still waiting here for a call. And that is going to be a holding on the receiving team. And it is backup safety Sam Franklin Jr. who gets nabbed for a hold there. So back the Bills up a little bit more. 141 now left to go here in the first quarter. The wind still blowing those flags completely flat. Got some strong cables on those flag poles out there because they should be flying off at this point. The wind is crazy there in Pittsburgh right now, but a missed chance again there for the Steelers. Let's go back here to the comments section again here, trying to catch up on some comments here. Herbig was held and still made a play on the last drive from Concepts. Dude's a beast indeed. Love Herbig's. Love his demeanor. I even think there was a quote that just came out recently from Nick Herbig saying that he would like to stay a Steeler for the rest of his career. Now, the chances of that happening are highly unlikely, but should Nick Herbig see a second contract here with the Steelers, that is an easy slam dunk 100% yes. So hopefully that is coming down the line here sooner rather than later. See here what other sort of comments we got going on. Got some Justin Fields and Russell Wilson talk there. I see. CA3 catches that if Trey White doesn't cheat. LOL. Perfect position. Agreed. Their concepts. Rather, they use Gainwell in routes. He is more effective than as a rusher. At this point, yeah. I mean, I know he's got special teams capabilities and all that, but unless Jaylen Warren is hurt, I would like to see an 80-20 at least snap ratio on running plays between Gainwell and Warren, because Gainwell, I think, when he starts trying to bust it out wide towards the sidelines, I think he just doesn't have that burst to do it. Jaylen Warren does. And Jaylen Warren also hits the acceleration when, he hits the hole. Gainwell, not seeing much of that from him. I wish he would do that more. Freight Train here. I can tell you up in the mountains when I'm working in 20 to 30 degrees with the wind blowing like hell, you're so cold you shiver the whole time. Alcohol helps when you're at that game. Well, I think it's safe to say those a good bit of fans up in those high up seats at Acrisure Stadium. I'm sure they have alcohol in them to keep them warmed up. So I see where you're coming from there, Freight Train. Concepts here on that last pass from Rogers. So damn close. Overthrow or bad route. Hard to say. I'm going to go with a little bit of both there. Bill's going to start this drive here from their own 14, and this is going to be a screen here to James Cook. He's got Ty Johnson blocking for him, and he's going to be out of bounds. That is going to be a gain. Let me see here what they put up. And see, now they take off the score bug there. Allen initially looking to the left there, came back to the right, and Cook had Johnson blocking for him. That was a gain of 4 before he was forced out of bounds. It's going to be 2nd and 6 now. Allen under center here. Reggie Gilliam, the fullback in motion. One of a dying breed of pure fullbacks there for Gilliam. It's going to be a toss play here, running to the right, and Cook was able to make TJ Watt miss in the backfield, but he will not avoid Cam Hayward and Malik Harrison. That's going to be a gain of 1, or a gain of 2 at least. TJ Watt fighting through the chip block there of Dawson Knox. Almost was able to trip up Cook for a loss in the backfield, but instead it's 3rd and 4 for Buffalo. Winds 16 miles an hour, gusts of 30 to 35 mile an hour. 3rd and 4 here. What will the Bills do on this play? Steelers look like they're going to rush 4. They rush 4. Allen back to pass, looking to the left, throwing incomplete. Broken up, no flag. Make another big play right there. Brandon Eccles. Tight coverage on Khalil Shakir. That pass, a bullet from Josh Allen. Eccles was able to get a piece of Shakir as he tried to make that catch near the right side of his face. And again, the punting unit comes on here for Buffalo. 15 seconds left on the clock. Here in the first quarter, Wishnowski standing at his own 5, punts this one away. Backpedaling here to the 30, caught on the run here from Austin. He's going to run up the sideline to the 40 and then out of bounds. Clock stops with 6 ticks left to go here in the first quarter of play. Another outstanding play by this defense to get off the field. You will take that all day there. Brandon Eccles making 2 big plays for this secondary already. Offense going to come onto the field here for 1 play before they'll take a break. Already seeing there at the group there at Acrisure Stadium, already Christmas decorations up there at Acrisure Stadium. A couple of Christmas trees on the main concourse near the big scoreboard. Gotta wonder, when's a good time to get the Christmas decorations up in here in the office. Rogers is going to pass here, and he's going to throw this one. It's going to be incomplete for Jonnu Smith. First play there of the drive. Rogers was looking deep downfield there. Pocket was collapsing on the right side. Had to just fire it in the dirt at the feet of Jonnu Smith. Let's see here. Rogers might have been looking downfield for DK Metcalf. Was lined up with Christian Benford, the backup corner, or starting corner, excuse me. Thought he was a linebacker there for a second. Don't know why. Corner, Benford, lined up on Metcalf there. Metcalf slipped a little bit coming out of his break, so I wonder if that caused Rogers to go through the rest of his reads. 1 second left on the clock here. It's going to be a handoff to Jalen Warren, and Warren do a hell of a job right there. Number 30, navigating through traffic, gets the first down for the Steelers. That is a gain of 11 on 2nd and 10, and that is going to expire the time here in the first quarter. Love it. New set of downs coming up for the Steelers. Quarter 2. That was a long-ass first quarter, if I had to say so. Quarter number 2 coming up, in the Steelers with the ball. They are starting to drive some more. Going to take a real quick break here. We'll be back here to begin the second quarter in a moment. Welcome back. Second quarter of action from Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, between the Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers. About to commence. 5 combined turnovers between these two teams. 4 punts and 4 penalties have been called in those 5 drives. No points yet in this ball game. Hopefully the Steelers can change that here in a hurry. This is going to be 1st and 10 for the Steelers after the pickup by Jaylen Warren from the Bills' 47. Throw here over the middle, incomplete. Looking for DK Metcalf on a crosser there. Rodgers, his pass, I think maybe a tad bit offline right there. Goes incomplete. So probably setting up another run here on 2nd down if I had to guess. Keep those comments coming here. 15 of you in here right now. Thoughts, questions, opinions that you have, keep those coming in the comment section. We'll catch up to those as we go along here. Indeed, it is a 2nd and 10 run here. This time it's Kenneth Gainwell, and he is going nowhere. Or no, that it was Jaylen Warren, excuse me. Still, though, going nowhere. Shaq Thompson, Matt Milano, stopping him after a gain of barely 1 yard right there. So 3rd and long here for the Steelers. And I know we have Chris Boswell, probably the best kicker in football here, but with the way the winds are here tonight in Pittsburgh, I'm a little hesitant sending him out for a field goal here. So the Steelers offense could pick up this long 3rd down. That'd be great. Aaron Rodgers now 0 for 4 on his last 4 passes. Darnell Washington motions here. Rodgers in an empty backfield, back to pass. Rodgers trying to move around, scramble out. Now he moves out to the right, looking downfield. Rodgers firing, and it's incomplete. Looking for Calvin Austin on the scramble drill. Teron Johnson in coverage. Rodgers was trying to direct traffic as he was scrambling out to the right. No one could find their way open. And Rodgers now 0 for his last 5 passes. Damn it. Indeed, Steelers are going to send out the punt unit here, try to pin the Bills back near their own goal line. Waitman standing at his own 39-yard line here. And the punt is away. This one heading towards the sideline in a hurry. This is going to hit at the 17, and it'll bounce all the way back to the 20-yard line where Eccles stops it there. So doesn't really matter what Waitman did on that punt. It's going to come out to the 20 anyways. Crazy. So Steelers defense now coming back out onto the field. That now makes it 6 total possessions in this game with 5 punts. Great stuff right there. Love to see it. I'm going to go back here to the comment section, catch up on what some of you guys have put in there in the last little bit. Where did I leave off here? Let's see. Some of those comments go away, I wonder. I don't know. Concepts in here. Freaky bots are back to promote garbage. I've been trying to get rid of them as they've come along here. Concepts, I do see them and try to cross them out as they come in. Yeah, I did block them. I did block them there. THP. Yeah, elite skills. Just one click of the button. Well, honestly, just trying to click on your comments to pop them up on screen here like this. There's the little three dots right here. And sometimes I accidentally click that and then it pops up delete comment, put user in a timeout, or ban them and delete their comments. I'm trying not to do that by accident there. Hopefully the Steelers run game opens up for A-Rod unlike last week. Yeah, with Jaylen Warren, it has a tiny bit, but still this whole passing on 1st down, I don't get it from Arthur Smith there. He's quickly making a case for himself to be back in the losers category when we recap this game tomorrow, because I don't understand 30 mile an hour or more wind gusts. We're throwing on 1st down. Do what Buffalo's doing. Run the ball on those first 2 downs, and then if you have to pass, if you're forced to pass, do it then. Don't make it any harder on yourself than what it needs to be here. Fortunately, I can't trust people even after I bought a Dylan Harper Topps Kings off dude. Talking about cards in here. THP. About to list 100 Pokemon packs because some guy I trusted ditched buying them off eBay. Oof. Oof indeed, there, THP. Did Brandon Aubrey retire? Hey, I said one of the best. Come out here. I didn't say Chris Boswell is the best kicker in football. Best long-range kicker in football, in my opinion. But I said one of. I didn't do any disrespect to Brandon Aubrey or Dicker the kicker here, so calm down there, THP. Bills are going to come back out on the field here on offense, and wouldn't you know it? Something Arthur Smith should do. It's a first down run for James Cook, but he's only going to get a gain of a yard there. Wrapped up my multiple Steelers players. Steelers, I think, trying to cut back on those runs the other way from these Bills running backs. It's a good start to the drive there for the Steelers defense. Rushing yards in this game now. James Cook has 43. The entire Steelers, they have 21. Yeah, need to run the ball better. Yeah. Jeez Louise. Throwing here on 2nd and 9. It's caught over the middle by James Cook. And he is going to dip, dodge, and weave his way forward for the first down and a couple yards beyond that. New set of downs for Buffalo. Cook leaking right up the middle of the field out of the backfield. Easy catch with not a single Steeler within 5 yards of him. That is an easy catch and pickup there for Buffalo. Go from their 20 to their 34-yard line now. Allen taking the handoff, rolling out to the left. TJ Watt chasing him. Allen now he's going to run it up the sideline here and out of bounds. It's going to be a gain of about 5 yards there for Josh Allen on the designed fake handoff rollout to the left. Actually, it gave him more than 5 there. It gave him 7 yards. Holy. So that's a bigger pickup there for Josh Allen than expected. 2nd and 3. Clock now down to 12 minutes left to go here in this first half. Allen taking the snap. Handoff again, James Cook. This time he is going to get a gain of maybe a yard again. Wrapped up there by Keanu Benton and Y.A. Black in the interior of that D-line. And now it's 3rd down again. 3rd and 2 here. What do the Steelers have in store? Come on. Another stop here. 3rd and 2 from the 42. Allen, handoff, Ty Johnson, and he is, I think the second effort got him there. Ezezio Tememwo celebrating like he made the stop and doesn't realize it. And yep, they're going to give the first down to Ty Johnson. Damn it. Backed his way forward and got it. Son of a biscuit. Now they're showing here the Josh Allen retirement ceremony at Wyoming. Honestly, could not tell you a single player who came out of Wyoming other than Josh Allen. Handoff here to James Cook trying to bounce to the outside. Fumbled and he fell back on top of it. No, wait. Did he come out again? Steelers are pointing like they got it. Pulled everything. Steelers. They do. They have it. James Cook fumbles. And it's Patrick Queen with the recovery. Another turnover. And on cue.
All right, let's go.
And on cue, as the turnover happens, look who shows up, ladies and gentlemen. That is Nick Herbig at the 40-yard line, chips up Cook. Looks like Cook might have fallen on it, but then it pops loose again, and it's recovered by Patrick Queen. Second turnover of the game here for the Steelers defense. And now, at the 39-yard line in Bills territory, Rodgers looking to pass, fires wide open, DK Metcalf. That's going to be a gain of 14 yards and a first down for the Steelers. Here we go. We'll take it. Looks like Metcalf running a nice little hitch there at the first down marker. Gets upfield for 4 additional yards. Now 1st and 10. At the 25, Calvin Austin motions. Faking the handoff, rolling out to the left. Rodgers pausing, fires, and it's incomplete. Hold on to the ball.
Is that Mount Washington?
Washington. Ball hits him right in the chest as he's fallen down. Oh my goodness.
You got to catch that.
You got to catch that if you're Washington.
You got to catch that.
Incomplete. Would have been a gain of 6 to 7 yards, somewhere in that range. Instead, it's 2nd and 10. Kenneth Gainwell, the back to Rodgers' right. Freiermuth in motion. Looking to the left, now coming back to the right. Rodgers. What a one-handed catch. Go, Kenneth Gainwell up the sideline and out of bounds inside the 10. What a catch by Kenneth Gainwell. The screen was setting up. Rodgers gets it to Gainwell. And like a first baseman in baseball, Gainwell picking it before it hits the ground with his right hand. An impressive one-handed
what a catch. Wow.
Ball down and outside. And Gainwell able to get it with one hand. And he still gets the first down. 1st and goal now from the 8.5-yard line. Jaylen Warren behind Rodgers in the backfield. Rodgers faking the handoff. Now back to Warren underneath. He's going to run over a couple of linebackers and get this ball down to around the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal. That from first look there looked like a risky pass for Rodgers. Warren running right up the middle there. Rodgers threaded that between 2 Bills on that screen. And DK Metcalf and Christian Benford fighting on the outside. No penalties called. Both of those gentlemen wrestle each other to the ground. No penalty. 2nd and goal now. Jumbo tight end set for the Steelers. Massive personnel to the right. Rodgers instead looking to pass it. He gets hit hard. Got rid of the ball. Incomplete to Warren, but had to take a hit on the play. He's all right. That was Dorian Williams, I believe, the rookie out of Tulane, who got to the backfield and made the hit on Rodgers. Honestly, there, why did we not just run it? Rodgers initially looked for a fade to DK Metcalf, one-on-one to the left. Ended up coming back to the right. Spencer Anderson, big boy in motion, now settles down to the left side. Rotating back into the right. Handoff to Jaylen Warren, and he is into the end zone. The Steelers, they break the ice, and they are on the board first in this one. It is Jaylen Warren. Not sure how many rushing touchdowns number 30 has on the season. Don't think it's many. Flag is down here. This has got to be after the play here. There's a flag down. Jaylen Warren getting pats on the sideline. Let's see what this flag is about here. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
On Metcalf.
DK Metcalf with an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty here. Remember a moment ago, he was just in a wrestling match with Benford on the outside. Let's see what Jaylen Warren doing. Some sort of celebration there. They did not show the penalty there to Metcalf. Wonder if he locked up with Christian Benford again. We'll have to wait and see there. A little bit of a delay here. Extra point oncoming here to make this a 7-point game. Potentially here. For the Bills deciding what they're going to do here with this penalty marker. If they choose to enforce this on the PAT and they back this ball up 15 yards, that's big. The way the winds are, you do not want Chris Boswell kicking the ball further than what he needs to. I think that's what they're discussing now on the Bills sideline. Are they going to enforce this on the kickoff or on the point after try here? Judging by where they are here, I'm going to assume it's going to be on the kickoff.
Yep.
Snap, down, hold, good. Kick is up, and it is good there from Chris Boswell. And indeed, it is the black and gold who punch in the game's first touchdown. And again, we mentioned it earlier when the Steelers punted after the interception. Again, this Steelers team putting the ball in the end zone off of a turnover. Complimentary football. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Tomlin preaches it. Steelers did an excellent job of it right there. They are up 7-0. Back to the comment section here. Again, real quick, catching up on what you guys have had to say. Tons of comments in here. I appreciate them. Keep them coming. SESR Padre cameo. Good to have his good mojo in the house right here. Good mojo indeed. Walked in as that fumble was recovered by the Steelers. In one drive, he's 1 for 1. Steelers on the board with a touchdown here. Looking here what else we got into comments. Reacting to that touchdown. A yes from THP. A let's go from Flacco. Concepts still keeping it on focused on officiating. F the refs. Meanwhile, PI is fine. LOL. Had to say it back in timeout for me. You're putting yourself there in timeouts, Concepts. I get humored by it. Guys talking about all the different players from Wyoming. I'm new age, so I only knew Josh Allen, Jay Novacek, Cowboys Dynasty tight end, Jared Allen. Okay, yeah, Jared Allen, Culinary Academy, Jared Allen, Hall of Famer, Jared Allen. He's from Wyoming. That's cool there. Great drive there from Concepts. Chimichanga all day. They did run the ball with some success there. In their running game, I guess a branch of their running game with those screen passes to the outside. Still amazed. Hell of a catch there by Kenneth Gainwell. That got going more on that drive as well. So good drive there from the Steelers offense. Now, can the defense protect the lead? Want to see them come out with another dominant drive. Think they might have the Bills offense on the ropes here before halftime. You force another turnover here. That will be a massive shot to the confidence right there. Back from commercial here. They got the 3 bridges there. Lit up like candy canes there. They even got a nice Christmas tree outside the Roberto Clemente gate there at PNC Park. Odd seeing PNC Park in the dark. Usually when they know it's going to be featured, they have it lit up.
Yeah.
They did not have PNC Park lit up here.
At least some sort of like nothing there.
Yeah, there's nothing. It is completely dark there at the baseball field tonight.
Not even saving money so you can pay.
It's saving the power bill because the Pirates are going to apparently go bigger spending in free agency this offseason. We'll believe it when we see it. I'm sure. Haven't seen any new reports on that over the weekend. Wonder if anything is going to heat up on that front. Going to be a return out here to around the 25-yard line by the Bills. Let's go back here to the comments section. Let me real quick get rid of this bot. To the comment section. Freight Train with the $5 contribution. Thank you very much, Freight Train touchdown Steelers. Yay. Didn't think we would be leading the game in the first half. We're leading so far. Still a lot of first half here. 8:04 left to go. And the Bills start this drive here from their 31. And it's a big run for James Cook. Again, running think he hit the gap between the right tackle and right guard. That is a gain of 13 yard-ish. Block there on the play by Tyrell Shavers, the wide receiver on Kyle Duggar. That's what sprung that big run. And the Bills now looking to capitalize again off of James Cook being an absolute monster for them right now. Lance33 in the comments, poor tackling, grab. Yeah, too many arm tackles here from the Steelers. Would like to see them get body on body. Another chance here for James Cook. It's going to be a gain of about 2.5 yards, maybe 3 if they're generous. They do give him 3, 2nd and 7. Got a report here from Tracy Wolfson for CBS. It's like we got some sort of wrap on the arm of center Connor McGovern, I believe. Also, a little bit of a change of pace in the broadcasting crew here watching Steelers games. Pretty much all year on CBS, it's been Ian Eagle and J.J. Watt. Today, we get the big guns, Jim Nance, Tony Romo, Josh Allen, and Kyle Duggar and Patrick Queen finally take down Josh Allen after a gain of 4 yards. Nick Herbig again, or was that Alex Highsmith? That was Highsmith again, rushing off the left edge. Again, the Steelers had Allen wrapped up in the backfield, but he escapes and gets positive yardage. Duggar and Queen stop Allen after he makes this a 3rd and 3 here. That was a deep drop there by the left tackle, Van Denmark. Let's see if he takes another one here. Steelers delaying the rush here. Allen is going to keep it on the designed quarterback run, and he needed 3. I think he got 3.5. And now here, we're going to have some altercations here. Cam Hayward gets up off the ground and immediately goes face mask to face mask with Josh Allen. And Hayward is fired up. What the hell happened that you got Cam Hayward ready to rip Allen's head off? Let's see here. Allen goes down. Did he kick Hayward or something? Yeah,
you don't make Hayward upset.
Tony Romo just said, you don't make Cam Hayward upset for nothing. Something definitely happened there. This is going to be a toss play running left as James Cook and wrapped up from behind. Nice takedown there by Alex Highsmith. Gain of 2 on the play. Look for Cam Hayward to all of a sudden just start bull rushing the left guard and center. He is fired up right now. Came up. Face mask to face mask with Allen pointing in his direction. He's still upset.
He's still mad.
Cam Hayward, he's pointing. He's going to try to destroy Josh Allen here if he drops back to pass. 2nd and 8. Bills in the Steelers territory at the 43. Khalil Shakir moving all around. Allen back to the right. Oh! Blitzing safety Kyle Duggar. I think he came in untouched to Allen in the backfield. Allen trying to get rid of it on a screen. And oh my God, make it 3 weeks in a row that Kyle Duggar had an excellent opportunity to get an interception, and he couldn't hang on. That one was probably the toughest. Point blank, Allen looking to set up the screen there to someone out of the backfield, and Duggar got up, it hit him in his shoulder, incomplete, 3rd and 8. Empty backfield for Allen. Steelers, they rush 4. Allen throwing short, caught by Johnson. Did he get it?
They should.
Did he get it? Maybe. It's going to be close here. They point, they give him the first down. Come on. Pushed out of bounds there. Oh, he just got it.
Yeah, he did.
He just caught it. Ty Johnson on a wheel route makes the catch on the run, and Joey Porter Jr. tried to knock him out of bounds before the first down marker. Johnson just gets it. 1st and 10 again for Buffalo. Allen under center makes his alert check. James Cook in the backfield. Handoff to Cook. Finds a hole. Up past the 30-yard line, and good One-on-one tackle there by Joey Porter Jr. leaves it to just a gain of 7 yards there. It could have been more the way Cook is moving here today. Some stuff that we've been waiting to see from Joey Porter Jr. Early years of his career. Hasn't been the best tackler in one-on-one situations like that. That time he passed the test. Shavers, the wide receiver, motioning all around. Again, Allen under center. Allen. Taking the handoff. Oh! Moving all around. Allen still. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Houdini. Josh Allen. Now are we going to have some altercations again? We got a brouhaha over on the Bills sideline. Patrick Queen getting taken out of the pile. James Pierre, Broderick Martin Rhodes in there. Josh Allen going for a slide, and Patrick Queen delivering a soft hit, not to the head area of Allen. Hit was forceful enough to jar the ball loose. There was not a penalty initially. Allen avoids Watt in the backfield, runs out to the right. They give him the first down. I didn't see if they gave him the first down. Slid right near the line to gain. Took the hit from Patrick Queen. No flag on the play. No personal foul call on Patrick Queen. And that's going to make it 3rd and 2. This game, very chippy between these two teams right now. Allen again on the keeper. And again, he's going to pick up the first down. That time wrapped up by Cam. Oh,
Cam talking shit.
Cam is talking
Look, Cam
shit.
is talking.
Cam tackling Allen there, talking shit, but we're still going to have teams. And oh no, Patrick Queen, he is down right now. These teams still trying to be separated by officials. Hayward right now. I'm not sure if you want Nick.
Laughing.
I'm not sure if you want Nick Herbig to be the lone guy holding back Cam Hayward right now. It's him and one
Ramsey.
Him and one referee between Josh Allen right now. Jalen Ramsey, he's in there. Of course, we remember Jalen Ramsey, not shy of being vocal out there on the field, trash talking. Of course, that's what got Jamar Chase to do his best llama impersonation on Ramsey a couple of weeks ago. They now head to commercial. What action. Holy hell. In the span of 5 minutes, this game went from pretty, slow-moving offense at a minimum to now the Bills, they're driving. Cam Hayward's fired up. He and Josh Allen are going at it. Seems to be after every single play, there's either a hard hit or a fracas between multiple members of each team. But back to what really matters here. Hopefully, Patrick Queen all right. He is down. That is what takes us to this commercial break right here. Back to the comments section here real quick. Concepts here. Highsmith, so close. He and TJ Watt both that close to getting a sack on Josh Allen. But still, Allen, very big, very tough to bring down. Haven't been able to do it yet. Concepts here. Reading lips here. Hayward to Allen. Not going to say those two expletives. Wonder if that was said by Hayward. If so, you got to get that man really fired up to say something like that. I will tell you that much. Duggar catch that. Yeah, I'll give Kyle Duggar a tiny bit of a pass there. Wasn't as egregious as his other two dropped interceptions from the last 2 weeks, but would have been nice for him to get his hands on that one. His hands of Roberto Duran, says Lance in the comment section. Van Denmark should be ejected. Very clean hit on Allen. Talking about the left tackle coming in there after that hit on Allen. Honestly, I'm a little shocked that both Queen didn't get flagged on that hit. I'm also shocked that Hayward didn't get anything extra when he bumped face masks with Allen when they both got in each other's faces a little bit ago. So we'll see what carries over from that. Love it from Hayward. Talk the talk, big man. Haven't seen Hayward do a whole bunch of trash talking, but when he does, it's entertaining. Back from commercial here, they are showing Patrick Queen under his own power, limping on that right leg into the blue medical tent. So he is going to be out for a couple of plays here at least. Maybe it be time to put a heavy spat on him, and then you will see him return maybe. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. Back from commercial here. They go to commercial again?
Yep.
So what, was it just... I have no idea. They just come back for an injury update on Queen and then took it off again? All right, that was a weird there. Why not just stick with the commercial break? I don't know. Concept here, pretty sure I heard Hayward yell that after it was broken up on the broadcast. Bleeped it out of respect. Appreciate that, Concepts. Like I said, I have the TV on low here, so we don't pick up any audio on this mic here and get in trouble with the NFL. But if there's ever any audio online somewhere, Twitter or anything, definitely go check that out. 15 of you in here right now. Welcome to the live stream. On your way in, hit subscribe, turn on notification, like, share, leave a comment in the comments section. What are your thoughts on this game thus far? Going to take a real quick, maybe 30-second or so commercial break, and we'll be back here in a second when this game comes back from commercial. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Believe I did not mention this. I'll mention it now that I saw someone bring it up on Twitter. Steelers now, by the way, they have officially gone. Let me get the official tweet here. They've now officially gone 62 games without scoring more than 7 points on offense in the first quarter. It's an NFL record. So the offense still sputtering here to start games for the Steelers. Will it change anytime soon? Probably not. Will the score change here? Buffalo's trying to do that. James Cook right down to the right. Joey Porter Jr. Another fantastic one-on-one tackle there from PZ Jr. James Cook makes one good move right there, and he has gone up the sideline. 2nd and 5. You'll take that. And this, hearing the wind outside here.
Wow, that was a good one.
That was a good gust here. You can hear it through the walls here. Now it's going to be 2nd and 5. I think that second break that they took was a 2-minute warning. Clock now at 1:48. Additional news here. When do the Pens play next? They play tomorrow night?
Good question.
Anyways, while he looks that up, the Pittsburgh Penguins, just a little bit ago, made roster moves. They have sent Tristan Brose and Danton Heinen back down to the AHL. So that means when the Penguins next play, I believe their opponent is the Philadelphia Flyers, they're going to have maybe Ricard Raquel or Justin Brazeau back in the lineup. Maybe a Nola Chari, who knows?
Yeah,
2nd and 5 here. Allen, a handoff again to James Cook and Joey Porter Jr. They heavy hit on Cook. He goes out of bounds. Gain of 6, though. So a first down again for Buffalo inside the red zone now. heavy hit there on Porter.
Mm-hmm.
Those two, they might start exchanging pleasantries after the whistle after that. Porter making sure he stays extra long on James Cook there. 1st and 10 again for Buffalo inside the red zone. Cook now out of the backfield, 96 all-purpose yards, 79 of which on the ground. Hearing something here from the referee. What's under review?
Mm-hmm.
The referee's talking into the microphone here. He doesn't have his mic on to the whole stadium. Okay.
For 10-second round.
Okay, so James Cook said he was hit out of bounds there by Joey Porter Jr. Turns out he was down in bounds, and the Steelers, instead of having the 10-second runoff, they're going to take their first of 3 timeouts. A little curious why the Steelers did not elect for the 10-second runoff. That's actually their second timeout. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I guess trying to help the defense at all here stop the Bills. It's going to be 1st and 10 here from the 11.5-yard line. Allen under center. Steelers line it up like they're going to rush 4. It's a handoff again. James Cook makes a juke move to the left, and he's going to fall ahead here for 2 yards or so. 2nd and 8. Did you say the Pens play tomorrow night?
Yep, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock in Philly.
Okay, sure we'll be live for the start of that, probably here on the channel, the way we recap things here on Mondays. Those are usually the longer of the live streams. 2nd and 8 now for Buffalo. Clock ticking down here in the first half. Minute 10 and rolling. Allen faking the handoff to Cook. Pass for Dawson Knox is incomplete. Was looking for Knox rolling out to the left there. And that was just a horrendous throw by Allen. What was that? Not even close to Knox. I guess he was scared that Alex Highsmith would get a hand in there, but Highsmith wasn't really all that close either. 3rd and 8. Can the Steelers get another 3rd down stop? But the Bills, they are 3 for 3 on 3rd downs this drive. Ty Johnson to Allen's right. Allen looking to pass. Throws short. Caught by Dave Davis. Trying to fight, and he is not going to get there. And he gets pinballed around by Steelers and his own offensive lineman, McGovern. And no, now he got a man down again here for the Steelers. James Pierre, he is down, and he looks in rough shape. Oh, no. Pierre flat on his back here. I wonder if he took maybe a jarring hit to the head. It was Pierre and someone else who had Gabe Davis forward progress stopped. And then the center McGovern came in from behind and hit Pierre hard and hit Davis hard. I wonder if that hit on Davis maybe whiplashed into Pierre. Another injury timeout here. That'll burn the Steelers' final timeout of the half here. And again, they go to commercial. And Concepts, he is brokenhearted. No, Pierre Island, you have been one of, if not the biggest Pierre Island defenders here on the channel, Concepts, and now he is down. Doesn't look like he was gripping at any sort of part on his body, so I assume he got his bell rung. He's going to go into concussion protocol at least. Hopefully he will be all right. Going to take another moment away here for the injury timeout. Up to 644 subscribers here on the channel. So gained a new subscriber, I believe, or 2 since we've gone live. Appreciate it. Back here in a moment. Steelers still up 7-0. Looking to see if they can force the Bills to settle for 3. It's going to be 4th down and short when we come back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. They come back from commercial break here, and the Bills are lining up like they're going to go for it on 4th and 3. A three-receiver stack up high for the Bills. Allen under center, trying to get him to jump. Play clock at 3, 2, 1, timeout.
Don't do it. There we go.
And the Steelers, they do not bite.
That's it.
And the Bills, looks like they may indeed settle for the field goal. Or at least they wanted to get a look at what Pittsburgh was going to do there. Looks like a new combatant in the ratchet jawing contest. Gabe Davis, as he's walking toward his sideline, is pointing back at someone on the Steelers defense. Still going to be 4th and 3 here coming up for Buffalo. Officially got word it is Patrick Queen with a hip injury. He is questionable to return. Bills offense back out there. They're going to go for it again. 4th down and 3. 55 seconds left. This will be snapped from the 4-yard line. The first down marker is at the 1.5.
It's false start.
It's going to be a false start. False start.
Yes.
On Buffalo. Allen was about to make a check. Yes. It's going to be a false start on the right guard.
False start.
Think multiple men jumped for Buffalo. They're going to call it on the center, McGovern. The entire right side of the Bills' offensive line jumped, in any plans that they had there on 4th and 3 sniffed out by that penalty. And the crowd at Acrisure Stadium, it is roaring. Big part of that penalty right there. Matt Prater, the 40-year-old kicker, on for a 27-yard attempt from the left hash. Kick is right down the middle. So the crowd preventing the Bills from going for 7. They instead settle for 3 on the Prater field goal. Clock stops with 51 seconds. I assume by the time the Steelers return this football, you're probably looking around the 45-second mark with no timeouts for the Steelers to make a drive here. We'll see what they do. To the comments section again, Freight Train, they're definitely going for it. Let's go. They weren't going for it anymore. A turnover. Well, not a turnover. A forced penalty there by the crowd there at Acrisure Stadium. They are alive and well right now. Glad to see that from them. Maybe a miscommunication there on the Bills' offensive line. Like I said, it looked like Allen was going to go up to the line to make some sort of adjustment to the protection, and That's what maybe them hearing Allen caused them to jump off sides or false start. Keyshawn Williams, Kenneth Gainwell back to return this ball for the Steelers. Prater boots it away. This is going to be fielded at the 3-yard line by Williams. Up past the 20, the 25, and he is going to meet an entourage of Bills. And now Peyton Wilson.
What's Wilson?
Wilson just pancaked someone, and a flag is going to come in. Come on. Can't be doing dumb shit like that, Peyton. That's absolutely dumb. Peyton Wilson just pancaking Sam Franklin Jr., the backup safety for Buffalo. That's going to be a personal foul on him. And the Steelers now are going to need to go quite a ways to get into field goal range, let alone score a touchdown. 46 seconds and no timeouts here. Can't be doing that. I know it's an emotional game and tempers are flying high on defense. Don't let it carry over to special teams and hurt you in field position there. 46 seconds here. Darnell Washington in motion. The Steelers drive will start from the 12.5-yard line. Washington motions again. Rodgers. It's going to be a screenplay here. Jonnu Smith with it. All tight ends featured on that play. Ball was caught by Jonnu Smith. He's tackled down inbounds. Clock continuing to roll. Under 30 seconds now. Darnell Washington and Pat Freiermuth were blocking with him there. Now all three tight ends are lined out wide to the left. Rodgers takes the snap with 21 seconds. It's the handoff to Gainwell. Gainwell, good yardage up the middle. Down at the 30-yard line. Hurry up here. You got to spike it. 12 seconds. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, and Steelers, they aren't going to do anything. They're just going to let it run. So maybe they were just saying, hey, we're not going to try too hard here to push the ball downfield. Going to try for maybe if something can break big with the screen or the run, then good. If not, we're not going to press it. That's going to do it for the first half. A long first half. Kickoff of this game was at 4:25, and now we officially head to halftime at 10 till 6. So this game slowly chugging along here. Pittsburgh will receive the second half opening kick. So a chance here to go up by 11 if you're the Steelers, if you are able to put together a good drive out of half. We'll see what adjustments they can make. That was a slog of a first half. They need to be better on offense. Defense, keep doing what you're doing, but expect some heavy resistance from that Buffalo Bills offense. To the comment section we go here. Concepts, Pierre seems okay, thankfully, but Queen is questionable. Indeed there, Pierre getting back out there. Hopefully he's all right to return. Queen, though, that might be a massive loss from a communication standpoint. He wearing the green dot out there, relaying, I should say, the coverages out there on defense. Hopefully he will be able to return in this one. What did I miss? Says Concepts. Bogus call, retaliated. Yeah, I understand, Peyton Wilson wanting to pancake a guy and send a message, but can't be doing that. That made that Steelers drive DOA before the offense even stepped foot out on the field. So that hurt them, but hopefully the Steelers are able to overcome whatever is going on with the offense and are able to put up points when we come back from half. Going to take a break for halftime. We'll be back a little bit before the start of the second half. Maybe a little bit of a recap of what went down in the first half. When we come back at halftime, Steelers up in a low-scoring affair, 7-3. We'll be back in a little bit. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Halftime just about expired here in this Week 13 matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Buffalo Bills. Up until, I would say, the last 5 minutes or so of the second quarter, a fairly uneventful first half of football between these two teams. Who would have thought it, with Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen? To begin the game, there were 6 drives combined between these two teams, 5 of which ended in punts. The Bills, 2 turnovers offensively today. A interception on the first drive of the game, Josh Allen throwing a pick to Brandon Echols. And then on the Bills' first drive of the second quarter, you had James Cook, fumbling the ball, recovered by Patrick Queen of the Steelers. Speaking of Patrick Queen, he questionable to return in this one with a hip injury. Steelers, the lone touchdown of the first half. Aaron Rodgers leading the team down the field with some good passing. Had a couple of passes of 14 yards or more. And then it was capped off with a 1-yard touchdown run by Jalen Warren. The Bills did end the half pretty much with a field goal. 16 plays, 60 yards. In the Steelers' defense, they were able to stiffen up at the right moment with their backs against their own goal line, forced the Bills to settle for 3. Steelers just had 2 plays to end the half. So uneventful first half. Both quarterbacks not at their best here today, to say the least. Josh Allen, 6 for 12 for 51 yards and a pick in the first half. Aaron Rodgers, 6 for 13, 54 yards. So both inaccurate throwing the football, expected with winds constantly above 15 miles an hour, with 30 to 35 mile an hour wind gusts there in Acrisure Stadium. Second half about to come up here. The Steelers will start with the ball on offense, and got to be honest, doing some thinking there during halftime. Not feeling all that optimistic about this one the rest of the way. Just keeping a buck here. Tell me if you've heard the story before this season of the Steelers having a 1-score lead, we'll say, heading into halftime. And then they come out flat as can be, both sides of the ball in the second half, and the opposing team ends up running away with the ball game. That has happened a bunch this season. I hope that doesn't happen here tonight. Prove me wrong, Steelers. Opening kickoff here from Matt Prater. It's going to hit in the landing zone and be returned up to the 26-yard line here by Keyshawn Williams. So he takes it on the hop and brings it up to just beyond the 25. Let me change the graphic here. Quarter number 3 about to commence here in Pittsburgh. A cold 34-ish degree night with winds in Pittsburgh. That is some AFC North football weather and AFC East football weather this time of year. Both of these two teams used to playing in the cold. Steelers' first play of the half here. It's going to be a pass for Aaron Rodgers. Watch out from behind. It's fumbled. It's picked up by Benford and ran back for a touchdown. What did I say? What did I say? And Aaron Rodgers is slow to get up on top of it. Motherfucker. What the fuck? Go. I just said it. I just said it. Why are we passing again on first down, Arthur? Faking the handoff. Rodgers moving all around. Joey Bosa just clobbers him from behind. And it's ran back on the scoop and score by Benford for the touchdown. On top of it, Rodgers grabbed his wrist. His nose is busted open. Rodgers has a massive cut on the bridge of his nose. Fantastic start, boys! Woo! Extra point from Prater's up and good. Unbelievable. Tell me if you heard the story before. I just said it 30 seconds before it happens. Steelers have a 1-score lead heading into half. Then the other team remembers, oh, hey, they're the Steelers who can't play a full game to save their lives. Let's remember we're the Buffalo Bills, and they do that. Unbelievable. Just said it. 9 of you in here right now. Please, rewind this real quick. About a minute and 30 seconds, we'll say. Just before the opening kickoff. Don't say I didn't warn this. Unreal. Concepts here in the comments. Get to your comments here in 1 second, concepts. Prater's about to boot this one away. 16 seconds have gone off the clock, and the Bills have a touchdown. A defensive touchdown, but a touchdown nonetheless. This is going to be fielded at the 1 and brought back by Kenneth Gainwell to the 20, up past the 30. He's going to lower his head and be ran out of bounds at about the 34. But hang on! Guess what there is? Good old flag! Mason Rudolph is coming in. Holding on the receiving team as expected. Who was it? Who's the guilty party? Don't know, don't care. Mason Rudolph is in. Outstanding! This is some record time Pittsburgh Steeler handiwork right here. They're showing the replay again from Rodgers. It's his own helmet that came down and cut his nose. So Rodgers is out for the moment. Mason Rudolph in the ball game, ladies and gents. If you didn't have enough Mason Rudolph not throwing over the middle of the field last weekend against the Bears, guess what? You ain't had enough yet. Here he comes in to start this drive. Bills look like they might rush a bunch. They do. It's a handoff to Jalen Warren, and he's going to run right into the waiting arms of number 92. I believe that's Daquan Jones. Loss of 1 on the play. Outstanding. Never fails. Never fails. 2nd and 11 now. Usually they'd have a camera on Aaron Rodgers by now. Had a cut on his nose. Might have been gripping at his injured left wrist. I don't know. On the sidelines somewhere right now. Mason Rudolph to pass here on 2nd and 11. Throwing in, he is going to skip this one in the dirt at the feet of DK Metcalf. And tell me Metcalf's going to get flagged on top of this. He is. Holy hell. DK Metcalf caught that ball as it skipped in on him. Someone on the Bills said something, and Metcalf, no, I'll be damned. They called it the other way. Unsportsmanlike conduct on A.J. Epinesa. Epinesa punched the ball out of Metcalf's hands as he was just walking away. I thought Metcalf for a second threw the ball a Buffalo Bills player's way, and I thought that was going to be the flag for taunting. But no, it is Epinesa, the defensive end, who gets flagged. Huh, they do call that the other way. How about that there, concepts? How about that? 1st and 10, so Mason Rudolph doesn't complete a pass, but the Steelers move the sticks. This is now at the 32-yard line. Rudolph, handoff, running to the right is Jalen Warren. He's going to fight off of Shaq Thompson for a moment, and then he will go down. It's going to be a gain of 3 yards for Warren. Lost his hand warmer sleeve as well. 2nd and 6 now. This is wow. Mason Rudolph is back to pass here. He's going to look deep, and it's picked. It's picked. Oh! Oh! That makes it even better. So much better. I didn't know it was possible that you can overthrow a 6'7", 300+ pound tight end, but Mason Rudolph just proved that that's possible. Great stuff. Great stuff. I foreshadow the Steelers' demise coming out of half, and somehow they've exceeded my expectations of how they're going to lose this football game. That is some amazing stuff right there. Unreal. Wish I had another hat to chuck. It's way over there somewhere. Let me take off. There it is. There's my hat. Right there. Chucked it off after the fumble, scoop, and score. Wish I had another one to throw for that Mason Rudolph pick. What a hell of a start to this half. And it is not even 2 minutes old. Only a minute and 44 seconds has gone off the clock in the second half. And the Buffalo Bills have already won. That's a record. That is a record. Let's go to the comment section and catch up on some of those. Got a lot here. Concepts done with Rodgers holding the ball. Well, we'll need to see Rodgers holding the ball maybe for the rest of this game now that he's hurt. That was Rodgers' fault. Now I'm a Rodgers fan. Yeah, definitely should have gotten rid of that. You know that he lets Joey Bosa slip past him earlier. You know Bosa's going to come back around eventually here. So you got to get that ball out. Throw it in the dirt at someone. I don't care. Just get it out of there. A 20-some-year veteran should not make that mistake whatsoever. Flacco, wow. Neil Rogers or Aaron O'Donnell. I like that concept. Aaron O'Donnell sounds better. Just that one sounds a little bit better than Neil Rogers. I had to choose between the two there. Messed up game, says Flacco. Take your time. I'm just mad. LOL. I know. I'm beyond mad. It's just hysterical at this point. It's you just wonder. You know it's going to happen. Something's going to happen where it's going to go wrong. It's just what hilarity way is it going to happen? Absolutely terrible after halftime is this football team. So it's okay to drop all of your body weight on the quarterback except when the Steelers do. I didn't even pay attention to that Joey Bosa thing. It's going to be a handoff here for Josh Allen out of the commercial break to James Cook. He's going to get a gain of about 2 yards there. Bills start this drive at their own 44-yard line. They're going to give Cook a gain of 3, actually, so make that a 2nd and 7. I was waiting. Gene Steratores in talking right now. I was waiting to see if they had any sort of update on Rodgers. Apparently not. Now back into the backfield here. 2-back set for Buffalo. Cook and Ty Johnson. Allen looking to pass, throwing over the middle, and a tight end that can catch the ball. What a rare thing to see at Acrisure Stadium. It is Dawson Knox. Unbelievable. Actually, it is believable. I just keep saying unbelievable because I have nothing else to say. We've played these games before. My dad in here, putting in Will Howard. Fortunately, would love to see Will Howard. Unfortunately, Mason Rudolph would have to get hurt to see Will Howard at this point. And I am not low enough to wish injury upon Mason Rudolph. Hand off here to James Cook. He bounces out here to the right, and look at that. Look who made that tackle. First time we have called his name tonight, and it will be the first time we call his name as a Steeler. Asante Samuel Jr. making the tackle there after a gain of 6 by James Cook. Welcome to the black and gold, Mr. Samuel. Allen again handing it off to James Cook, and he is up the middle and loose at the 20, the 10, and down at the 7-yard line. Tracked down from behind by Kyle Duggar and Asante Samuel. And the Bills, they go from the 33-yard line to damn near pay dirt. From the 7, Allen, handoff again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. James Cook running here and tackled down by Peyton Wilson and TJ Watt at the 5-yard line. Unbelievable. I apologize. That's just my vocal stim that I keep coming back to. To the comment section here. Defense is elite. Offense said, F it, here you go, LOL. Echelon in the comment section. Going to get back to you in 1 second here, Echelon. Looks like we got 12 personnel at least here for Buffalo. Allen under center, Cook in the backfield. Handoff to Cook. He is going to run into the back of his offensive lineman, and he is finally going to go down. That is another 2-yard gain or so. That's going to be to the 2-yard line, I believe. Aaron Rodgers, they finally show him for the first time in a while. He's got a Z-strip on his, a cut strip on the bridge of his nose to try to stop the bleeding. So maybe Rodgers will come back in here. Who knows? 3rd and goal for Buffalo. This is going to be from the 3-yard line. James Cook in the backfield. 12 personnel again. Both tight ends down to the right. It's a handoff to Cook. Cook meeting Malik Harrison in the hole, and Harrison won. The Steelers defense gets the stop, and that is going to bring up 4th and goal again. The Bills were faced with this same situation near the end of the first half, and they're going to go for it, or line up at least to go for it again here offensively. Fourth and goal. Oh, no. Please, please, no. I see 2 defensive linemen for the Steelers. Everyone else on the field is either linebackers or something. Allen looking, pumping, throwing. Now it's caught by Keon Coleman for the touchdown. Wasn't sure if Buffalo was going to run it against a weak look for the Steelers. Allen pump faking and then gets rid of it. But hang on here. A flag down. Is this a post-play flag here? Let's see. Looks like the Bills are still celebrating, so this play is going to stand. What is the flag after the fact? Cam Hayward is shaking his head. Is this on the Steelers? Did Cam do something? Cam is there pleading with an official here. Hang on. It is going to be taunting on Cam. What the hell happened? Cam face-to-face with Josh Allen. They again bump face masks. Cam then shoves a Bills offensive lineman out of the way. And it's taunting on Hayward. Extra point here. No good. Extra point from Prater is missed. Just wide to the left. So the game remains 16-7 here. Not sure how much wind played a factor in that one. That ball just carried outside the left post. So the Bills now up 2 scores. And they did it all before we've even gotten halfway through this third quarter. So just to recap, I said, Steelers up out of halftime. Usually they fall apart in the second half and the other team runs away with it. In the first play, Aaron Rodgers is strip sacked. It's scooped up by Christian Benford, ran back for a touchdown. Rodgers gets hurt. Mason Rudolph comes in, overshoots Darnell Washington. It's picked off. And the Bills, with James Cook, run it right down the Steelers' throat. And it's eventually punched in for a touchdown to go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, not 2 touchdowns, but to go up by 2 scores. Nothing else needs to be said. This is what they do. To quote Julian Edelman, the Steelers, this is what they do. And we should not be shocked in the slightest. Good stuff. Good stuff. See what Mason Rudolph can do if he comes back out here. I'm going to go to the comment section here, try to catch up on some of these. Anybody who ever said Mason was good, your football opinion literally does not matter. And you should just simply watch the games and not talk about them. What's going on, Echelon? Game over. Bills win. Not even a game. Might as well say that at this point. DK just pointed. Refs are clowns. Every player points after the play. Yeah, it was called on the other way there. Gotta love the people, too, who thought DK wouldn't have antics like George. On-field antics are pretty much the same. Off the field, though, I will take DK over George. Showing everything the Bills have done since we've come here from halftime. Aaron Rodgers, he has the bleeding strip on the bridge of his nose, yet he's still leaking a bit. So got his helmet on. Maybe he'll come back in here. Buffalo is going to enforce the penalty here on the Steelers on the kickoff here. So Matt Prater here is going to kick this ball from midfield. And if we learned anything from Danny Smith finding this loophole a couple of weeks ago, Prater is just going to boot this ball out of bounds. And indeed he does. And the ball will be spotted at the 25. So that is going to be a loophole. We'll see if the National Football League seals up here in the offseason. DHP looked at a Nick Kurtz card, and what the hell happened? You missed a lot there, THP. I hope you were around for my explanation a moment ago. Can't blame coaching on this debacle. Some of it, yes. 1st and 10 here for the Steelers from the 25. Rodgers, handoff to Arthur Smith's favorite guy on this roster, Kenneth Gainwell, and it's just a gain of 1. A gain of 1. Now we'll run it again for a gain of maybe 2 yards, and a throw will be incomplete. Rodgers is back in there. By the way, he took that snap. Not sure if I said that or not. Second and 9. Rodgers 16 for 13, throwing the ball still in this one. He'll pass here. This ball is tipped, and that could have been intercepted. That was TJ Sanders, the rookie out of South Carolina, getting his hand up on that pass from Rodgers. It was an attempted screen to be set up for Kenneth Gainwell, and we're lucky that one of those big defensive linemen over there for Buffalo did not see that, or else they could have had a chance to pick that up. We'll catch up to your comments here in a minute. See you guys still getting comments in here. I appreciate it. Keep them coming. 3rd and 9 here. How about we attempt a pass beyond the line of scrimmage? Instead, it's going to be a run for Kenneth Gainwell, and I'll be damned, he is able to fight through contact and get it to 4th and 1. But are the Steelers going to go for it on offense? Nope. On comes the punting unit. And the fans there Boo. As expected. Corliss Waitman standing back at his own 19-yard line. Takes the low snap, boots it away. Surprised it's not a shank, not as a shot to Waitman, but just the overall trajectory of this game. It's fair caught back at the 18-yard line by Khalil Shakir, and here comes the Buffalo Bills offense to probably make this a 3-score game if we're being real honest with each other here. Comment section again here. Neil O'Donnell, pretty old, bringing back Barry Foster too. Someone earlier concepts. Neil O'Donnell put on an Aaron Rodgers jersey. He then switched to a Mason jersey. LOL. I love that. Their concepts. Barry Foster went to my high school since says THP. That's cool. Damn it, from Flacco. That could be referring to multiple things here within the first 6 minutes or so of this second half. Let's go here to concepts again. Even though we suck, these refs have been awful all game. No excuse. Just a blatant that they don't call fair games. Feels like that's the theme for every Steeler game. I mean, the refs, they sucked and they called some ticky-tacky stuff on the Steelers, but not the main reason why the black and gold lost. Feels like we're heading for that sort of situation again here in this one. This offense is atrocious there from Flacco. Indeed it is. At this point, it doesn't matter who's under center. My dad here. Really want to know what Allen did to Hayward. I've not seen Cam fired up like this in years. I've not seen Cam thrown off of his game like this. It's not just that he's fired up. It's that he is way off his game right now. He looks like he's trying to kill someone instead of, metaphorically, run someone over more than, play the game. Just think we could be the Vikings, 1 quarterback away and 4-7 and down 19-0. I understand there, THP. I'm not into any sort of, at least we're this team right now. We'll save that for a different time. The hell are they doing? Again, stands for multiple things that have gone on so far. What the hell are they doing? Wearing your Mason Rudolph jersey concepts. Gotta punt that, in my opinion. Just the defense. The THP, our concepts wearing a Mason jersey. Gotta see that. You guys going back and forth with each other. Game was over 16 seconds into the second half. Now the Bills will blow them out. Told you, it's a record. Guess who got the ball on a handoff here? It's James Cook, and guess where he's running up the right sideline, and he is knocked out of bounds there by Nick Herbig. It's another gain of somewhere in the 5-yard range for James Cook. Make it 6. 2nd and 4. Okay, so just got some injury updates there from Tracy Wolfson I was listening into. 2nd and 4 here for Allen. Toss complete to Jackson Hawes. He stays inbounds and finally takes 3 Steelers to take him down. It's going to be another first down completion for Buffalo. Back to what I was hearing there. Aaron Rodgers indeed battling through the cut on his nose. Patrick Queen officially ruled out for the rest of the game with a hip injury. And James Pierre, he is back in the Steelers locker room, still being evaluated for a concussion. That is why we are seeing Asante Samuel thrusted into duty here tonight. So, outstanding news for the Steelers on all fronts, on the field and off the field. Another handoff here for James Cook on first down, and it is going to be a 1-yard gain. Nick Herbig somehow coming out of the pile with the football there, but the whistle had blown by then. It's going to be 2nd and 9 here for Buffalo. 2nd and 7 again. And again, the Steelers looks like they have only two defensive linemen in there. It's Y.A. Black and Cam Hayward. Faking the handoff, looking to pass is Allen. Allen stepping up, moving around, now rolls out to the left, and Allen's going to tuck and run, and he is going to get the first down and out of bounds. Again, Josh Allen escaping the pressure all around him in the pocket and running for a first down, and just more bullshit for the Steelers. That's what it is at this point. Just stopping sugarcoating it at this point. Unreal. Back here to the comments section in a second. Josh Allen under center. It's a handoff to Ray Davis, and Davis is going to get 12 yards here and another first down run, and this is turning ugly in a hurry. Concepts here can't play the defense. Offense gave all the momentum to Buffalo. Defense was elite today. First half elite, second half not so much. Honestly, I know the offense changed momentum, but the defense, they could do a little bit better than giving up yardage on the ground like that again. Another handoff for Ray Davis and another first down. I think they're running the ball, guys. I said that earlier. I think they're running it again. Might want to, commit more guys to stopping the run here. Just a thought. Just a hunch. THP, a lot of time left for the Bills to score more points. Indeed it is there, THP. Indeed it is. Going to get to Echelon's comment here in 1 second. Heavy look here for the Bills. And again, a handoff here to, I think that's Davis. He's only going to get a yard this time. TJ Watt, Keanu Benton on the stop. Echelon here. Pittsburgh fans finally waking up. Tomlin needs to go. Arthur Smith needs to go. Terrell Austin needs to go. Mason is horrible. Hayward is old. The owners need to change. But hey, it's 16-7. I take no issue or quarry with anything you just said right there, Echelon. All valid. 2nd and 10 now, so they gave Davis no gain there after all. Caught on a slant here by Khalil Shakir. Jalen Ramsey making the tackle on him. It's going to be a gain of 6 yards, maybe 7 there. No, actually, was overestimating. It's a gain of 5, and it's going to be 3rd down again. Can the defense get a stop here? I have my doubts. If anything, the way this half is going, they'll probably give up their biggest play of the night. Josh Allen now with 10 completions to 8 different receivers tonight. Takes the snap, and Allen's going to keep it, and he is going to be tackled a yard or 2 short of the first down. Pulled the handoff, tuck it and ran. It's a gain of 4, and it's going to be 4th and 1 here for Buffalo. And the Bills, they are showing no signs of leaving the field on offense. They're going to go for it here. Why not? Chances are you're going to pick it up with a handoff here to James Cook. He lines up deep in the backfield here. Got Ty Johnson in there as a fullback. Allen taking the snap, hands it off to Ty Johnson, and he is going to get that first down. Needed a yard to pick it up. Ended up getting a yard and a half. Just as expected. Concepts again here. Blame Rodgers more than anyone today. Can't blame Tomlin for Rodgers being stupid on that fumble. Agreed there. Should have better awareness of what goes on that play than what he did. Echelon here. Why the long face, Brady? You already knew the results. You guys have to stop having hope. Understand you want to be hopeful, but this team is horrible. There is nothing to be hopeful for. Agreed there, Echelon. To be honest, I didn't have in my prediction of this game that I never got to, I had the Steelers losing this game. So I came in expecting failure, but took a little bit of happiness in the defense, showing flashes of a $160 million defense to begin the game. But hey, long face, not really. I mean, I literally said it. Go back to right after halftime. I said, hey, would not be surprised if the Steelers, have this game blown wide open on them right now. And turns out it is. Flacco here, they got like 200 yards on the ground and counting. It's going to be 2nd and 10 here after the first down incompletion for Allen. Now he gets rid of it and up the sideline for James Cook. And it's a first down for Cook. Poor angle taken there by Peyton Wilson. I think he might have gotten a piece of the helmet of Cook, and then he was able to slide out of bounds. And yep, Cook stayed in bounds. So it's a first down, and back inside the red zone is Buffalo. It's going to be 1st and goal here coming up in a second, but they're going to run this clock all the way down and out here to the 4th quarter we go. And the Bills on the doorstep of putting up another 6 points. What a situation. Going to take a real quick 30-second or so break, and then we'll be back here in a moment for the 4th quarter, and we'll get caught up on all of these comments you guys are getting in. I promise I will get caught up to them before I log off here, probably rage quit here tonight. We'll be back here in a moment. Welcome back. 4th quarter of play in this another Steelers wretched game from hell where they collapse in the 4th quarter. That is about to begin here in a second. And if you want the full feeling of every single Steeler fan right now, this THP comment is pretty accurate. Pretty much. Trying to catch up on some of your comments here. My jersey and TV is off. Might be joining you here within the next 15 minutes or so there, Flacco. Only issue is weeks in a row. What did the Steelers do 3rd quarter? Didn't make adjustments. Never. Adjustments isn't even in the vocabulary of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I have no idea where that sort of nonsense came from. 1st and goal here for Buffalo at the 5, and Khalil Shakir, he just dropped an easy walk-in touchdown. Looks like Shakir was running a double slant with Gabe Davis and Allen. The ball a little bit behind Shakir, but that is definitely a pass that could have been caught, and that's an incompletion. Now make it 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. Echelon in here getting out his many frustrations. I do see those, Echelon. Second and goal again. And I'll be damned. The Steelers were able to tackle someone on this Buffalo offense for a loss. It was a handoff to James Cook, and Cam Hayward just blew through the left guard, Edwards, for the TFL on James Cook. It's about damn time. Third and goal now. Is it delaying the inevitable, or are the Steelers going to be able to hold Buffalo to 3? We'll see. Loss of 3 on the play. Third and goal from the 8. Allen, it's going to be a designed quarterback run, and he is going to... He's going to fight his way to the end zone. And now do we have... No, that's just the Buffalo fans being real loud. Oh, my God. Designed quarterback run to the right for Allen. Was initially stopped at the 3-yard line by Jalen Ramsey. A Buffalo Bills offensive lineman then helps Allen forward. Even at the end of it, picks up Allen's legs and just carries him into the end zone. That was the 76th rushing touchdown of Josh Allen's career. It passes Cam Newton for most in NFL history. Extra point from Prater is up and it's good. And score now heads to 23-7 for the Bills. Echelon here. Wish people would be honest. The reality is the scheme is horrible, on top of the fact that this team won't trade for a wide receiver too, which is Art Smith. It's Arthur Smith's fault because he wants 300 tight ends and swing tackles. I bet you on this next drive here for the Steelers, you will see a run and a screen pass within the first 3 plays. I'll bet. Say this every week. That's why it's just funny now. It is. You know, not even disappointed or mad anymore. Just numb. Just numb to it. And sometimes you occasionally get a laugh out of it. Offensive coordinator is horrible, says Yeager, coming in all the way from Paris, I believe. DC is horrible with his high school level playbook. Imagine a LeBeau defense with these players. It would be worth what it costs. Offensive coordinator is just as bad. Agreed there, Yeager. The only difference is that the defensive coordinator is more of a puppet to Tomlin. And Arthur Smith, I think he's more bad on his own than anything else. William Brown in here. Welcome, William. Put Will Howard in. He can't do any worse. Monday, fire all the coaches. Would love to see a Monday where all the coaches are fired. Put in Will Howard. Would love to see him at this point in the game, but fortunately, emergency QB3. Rodgers would have to go back out hurt, and then Mason Rudolph would have to go out hurt. And that would be the only way you see Will Howard in this one. Definitely would at this point say screw it and have Howard be primary backup to Rodgers, because I think we've all seen enough of Mason Rudolph. Might as well get Will Howard the experience and, you know, some backup reps in case the Steelers bring in another quarterback next year and Howard can be the backup then. Sam Oliver, don't blame Tomlin for all those stupid, lame offensive play calls. Only if Tomlin, you know, I don't blame Tomlin, but if he's having his finger on the pulse of this offense and telling Arthur, hey, I want this type of player or I want this type of play here, then I'll blame Tomlin. Kickoff here from Matt Prater, fielded at the 9, brought out by Keyshawn Williams. He is just like a human washing machine right now and had to hit about 3 spin moves there to get out to the 32, 33-yard line. Got some arguing back and forth still between Echelon and THP over George Pickens and Tyreek Hill for some reason. Consume the living in here. Welcome. So if Smith is being too conservative, then why doesn't Tomlin, the head coach, step in? Offenses look the same way since Haley left. And who's been the head coach for all that? Make a good point there, Consume. And guess what? Aaron Rodgers sacked on first down. Or no, I have my head turned there. A absolutely horrendous snap by Zach Frazier. Just a ground ball to Rodgers. Gets past Aaron, and he had to run all the way back to the 20 or the 18-yard line to recover it. 2nd and 26 now. This is just a comedy of errors. Rodgers firing over the middle, caught by Darnell Washington. This should be fun. Oh my God. See, that at least puts a smile back on my face. Darnell Washington caught that ball about 8 yards beyond the line of scrimmage, slipped through the tackles of 2 linebackers, or maybe a linebacker and a corner. No, that was 2 corners, and then he ran over a safety for good measure. There you go. That at least put a smile back on my face for the moment. Take 2nd and 26 now to 3rd and 7. Let's throw it to Darnell again. I don't care if they know it's coming his way. What's the worst that can happen? Rodgers taking the snap, fires, caught. Oh my God. Caught on a slant there by DK Metcalf. He's going to have about 8 yards there for the first down. But I'll tell you what, he juggled that ball on that slant. So that's a lucky, very lucky first down gain right there. Again, the epitome of what is going on there from Concepts. Yes, this is sad. Jalen Warren a run, hurdles a man, and he is down into Bills territory at the 41-yard line. Jalen Warren on first down finds a hole and ends up hurdling up and over. That is number 24, Cole Bishop, the safety for Buffalo. Hell of a play there by number 30. Guess they're finally realizing, hey, we can get the ball to someone else other than Kenneth Gainwell. Out of the backfield here, knocked down. Bills brought pressure. Tre'Davious White jumping up there, swatting that ball down. It's now going to make it 2nd and 10. Rodgers was looking for Jalen Warren wheeling out of the backfield. Knocked down and incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. Clock stopped here at 11:37 left in the 4th quarter. Steelers must put up a touchdown here to remain in this ball game in any way. Rodgers back to pass again, firing deep over the middle. It's caught by Darnell Washington, fighting through contact and down at the 15-yard line. Holy shit, it was a pass over the middle of the field. Take a picture. You have just witnessed Steelers history. Rodgers to pass again. 1st and 10 from the 15. Trying to buy himself some time, and now he'll just fire it in the direction of Jalen Warren, incomplete. Clock stops again with 11:06. How about Darnell Washington? They finally realized, hey, we could get this big giant of a man, the football. Might have finally clicked in their mind there. How about it? Middle of the field from Consume the Living. Wow, that's an adjustment. There's the middle of the field. Indeed it was. Oh, didn't realize there was any sort of such thing there. 2nd and 10 now from the 15. Rodgers with Gainwell to his left. Rodgers firing over the middle of the field again, and there was absolutely no one there. And Rodgers is pissed off, staring daggers through one of his receivers. The closest guy was Jonnu Smith, and Smith broke it out towards the sideline, and Rodgers had the safety split like he wanted, and he wanted Jonnu to run in towards the middle of the field there where he threw the ball. So miscommunication from Jonnu Smith and Aaron Rodgers, and now that sets it up 3rd and 10. Once more from the 15. Rodgers to pass in an empty backfield. Gets rid of it. Caught at the 12 by Kenneth Gainwell. Stutters him. Makes a move here. And they are going to say Gainwell was down at the 7-yard line. Gainwell, the ball came out as he was tackled there at the end. 4th and 2. Wouldn't have that been so appropriate for how this game has gone if that would have been called a fumble, but instead Gainwell down by contact. Clock now under 10.5 minutes and rolling. 4th and 2 here. Jumbo tight end set to the right here. Spencer Anderson is lined up like he's going to run a route here. It's a handoff to Gainwell. It's going nowhere. Oh my God. That is such an ass call. That is such an ass call. Unbelievable. Genius play calling there from Arthur Smith. It's a turnover on downs. They had the jumbo tight end set to the right. Off the snap, they had every single person on the line run shifting to the left. And Gainwell, why Jalen Warren wasn't in the game, that's another question, because where the hell was that? And predictably, it's blown up for a loss. Oh my God. Just when I think I'm in, they pull me right back out. That's what the Steelers are doing. They had me in there for a second on that drive. Maybe you come back within 2 scores, but not the case. Holy moly. Middle of the field, no people there from Flacco, indeed. Still talking about GP there, Echelon. For GP from Georgia being heavily involved, winning program. Comes to PA, becomes a non-factor. What are they telling him in meetings? What does practice look like compared to game day? Just something to think about. Very well spoken there, Echelon. Jonnu running practice routes, avoiding the middle. Indeed, he was there. Where's Muth? Good question. I think Pat Fryermuth is already on tomorrow. Batches of milk cartons. He's been so invisible. You want to talk about running practice routes? Muth is out there just doing cardio, shaving off a few pounds that he put on that Thanksgiving. Why will you run it with Kenneth Gainwell? Yeah, explain that one to me there, Flacco, because I sure as hell don't have the answers. Doesn't sound like you do either. 2 words, Arthur Smith. Indeed. Got to get his man Kenneth Gainwell. Kenneth Gainwell is this year's Cordero Patterson, and Jonnu Smith is this year's Michael Pruitt. There's always that 1/3 or second string tight end and running back that Arthur Smith treats like they're Tony Gonzalez and Walter Payton, and they're far from it. And they say he's a good coordinator. I think we can officially say, like how Big Ben made Mike Tomlin, might also add in there now, Derrick Henry made Arthur Smith, because this is absolutely horrendous. Anyways, over here, that was James Cook. Originally, nothing opened up for him in the backfield, and then he was able to push ahead for 3 yards. Buffalo, after that turnover on downs, backed up at their own 12-yard line. Allen, designed rollout to the right, throwing downfield, and it is wide open catch. Sliding catch there from tight end Dawson Knox. And it's funny that the Bills are doing this as well. Just going over their injuries. Down both starting tackles in this one. They're also down one of their better receiving threats in tight end Dalton Kincaid. But Dawson Knox turning back the clock to when he was the true number one with Buffalo. Another reception there for him. Bills all of a sudden go from around their 10-yard line to the 28. Hand off James Cook running to the right. Can he get the edge? He will, and he's slung out of bounds there by Joey Porter Jr. Takes a shoulder there from Shavers on the way by. Does anybody know, by the way, I'm not sure how the tiebreakers are working. Does Baltimore, they're showing the playoff picture here, does Baltimore move back in front of Pittsburgh after this loss? If someone knows how that's figured out. I know it goes by divisional records, right? So I think Steelers right now still have the better divisional record. 2nd and 6, Allen faking the handoff, rolling out to the left here. Now stops, flings it here to an unsuspecting Dawson Knox. He catches it. No, that's going to be a gain of 3 and bring up 3rd and 3 for the Bills. Another 3rd down here for the Steelers. I think you are slowly but surely, they're showing a blimp camera view here of Acrisure Stadium. Slowly but surely, it looks like fans are starting to file out of the stadium. Who can blame them? You're already miserable enough in the cold. Why be miserable staying there and watching this product? Josh Allen, the pass. Screen is glitching here. Caught by Ty Johnson, and they're going to give him the 1st down. How about it? Knocked out of bounds near the sticks, and they give him the 1st down. And, yep, just got it. Another barely 1st down conversion for Buffalo. So now takes it to 6 minutes and 40 seconds left here in this football game. Keanu Benton, a late subtraction here, runs off the field. 1st and 10 for Buffalo from the 38.5. It's a run here for Ray Davis, and he's going to be wrapped up by Malik Harrison after a gain of 6 yards or so. Clock continuing to tick as if it even really matters. 6 minutes, 8 seconds and counting down. And how about that? A record indeed here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. They are showing Terrell Austin, Steelers defensive coordinator. The Steelers in this one have allowed 237 rushing yards, the most surrendered in one game in Acrisure Stadium history. And we're not even down to 5 minutes left to go in this one. And Buffalo, they're just going to keep on handing that ball off till kingdom come. That was another 2-yard gain or so there by Ray Davis. A record indeed. This historic defense from Mike Tomlin. They indeed are making history this season. Fortunately, it's all the bad history. Some more comments in the comments section. I see the topic has now shifted to the Vikings for some reason, talking about Kevin O'Connell. Echelon saying he would trade for Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson for Tomlin in a 1st in 2027. That is a very creative and interesting trade proposal, Echelon. I have no idea where I would side on that. Probably making the trade, get the best receiver in football and offensive-minded. See a good one, who knows, but an offensive-minded head coach. I'd make that trade. Honestly, it'd be Minnesota who says no to that. They go to commercial now. There's a stoppage on the field, I believe, for an injury. Steelers have the tiebreaker, but I could be wrong. Concepts coming in there. So, yeah, they would remain in first place after this loss, I believe. But doesn't matter. Absolutely not. Concepts in here. Echelon, sadly, Smith would be elevated to head coach. He may even buy the team from Rooney Jr. Oh, please do not speak that into existence there, Concepts. I hope that never happens. So mad. Indeed. 16 of you in here right now. You're either a Steeler fan coming to wallow in the numbness of disappointment, but, hilarity with us, or you're a Buffalo's Bills fan and you're probably getting your rocks off at me and fellow Steeler fans being completely disheveled by this. As if there was any doubt there. Guess who got the ball? James Cook. Guess what he did? First down run. Shocking, shocking, shocking. Buffalo Bills. They are also setting records today. They have 244 rushing yards now. That is the most by an opponent against the Steelers since 1975. If I read that stat correctly. Hand off here to James Cook. He's wisely just going to fall down here as immediately Cam Hayward, Ezezi Otamemwo, and TJ Watt were in his face. Pitt Steelers in here, welcome. This is 4 times this year I turned the game off before it was over. Fire Tomlin, welcome, Pitt. Please subscribe on your way in. Honestly, on the verge of doing that myself here, Pitt. Agree with that, Fire Tomlin. 4 times this year. I remember there was a time in our Steelers fandom when you would only do that maybe once or twice a year, but 4 times, and we still got 5 more to go. So, doing some quick math here, you think we got another 2 in us where we rage quit? Think we might hit it before the end of the season. Echelon here, I will only watch college football. Agreed. I do like watching college football, but I watched a little bit yesterday. I watched my Pitt Panthers lose to Miami. I think I watched a little bit of LSU, Oklahoma, and whatever other game was on. I also, as I had the Pitt game on, had on a smaller screen Ohio State, Michigan, which, by the way, all aboard the Carnell Tate to the Pittsburgh Steelers train. I will sign in blood for that to be the Steelers' first-round draft pick this upcoming season. Or this upcoming offseason, I should say. I have no idea what happened as I was talking to you folks. TJ Watt apparently on the sideline with a limp. So let's make this even better, even more painstakingly terrible of a loss. That makes it better. But yeah, I was watching Pitt, Miami, Ohio State, Michigan. Then after that came on LSU and I think Tennessee Vanderbilt I watched a bit of, and then wrapped up the night with some Iron Bowl, Auburn and Alabama. That was a fun game to watch. So yeah, college football, especially playoff college football. Some good football coming up here in a couple of weeks. Concepts here, or Echelon here again. Not even joking. If that happens, I will not be a Steeler fan anymore. That will be my last straw. That is on course for. Yeah, I'd almost be the same there, Echelon. There's one team right now. Well, I'm trying to think of now. There's one caveat for each professional Pittsburgh sports team that would make me rage quit the franchise. Let's start here with the bottom one. We'll start with the Penguins. See, this is still like kind of difficult for me to judge. It depends on the context. If the Penguins ever were to trade Crosby, that would make me rage quit. But then again, I need to have some context on the situation. What are the Pens getting back? Does Sid want out? If so, I don't blame him, and I won't blame the Penguins either. For the Pirates, it's simple. If they trade Paul Skeens here without accomplishing anything of significance with him. If they don't make the playoffs with Paul Skeens and they go through another off season coming up here where they don't do jack, and then we head into the lockout in 2027, and then out of that lockout they then trade Skeens, I might be turning in my Bucko P hat there, and who knows, maybe go follow Skeens because he doesn't deserve it. And then for the Steelers, I have no idea what would make me rage quit them as a fan. That'd be probably close to what you're saying there, Echelon, but who knows? Fans will start chanting "sell the team." What they forgot is Arthur Smith has the money to buy it. Yeah, Mr. FedEx dad himself, his dad was the owner of FedEx. His dad passed away recently. R.I.P. I believe Fred Smith was his name. But yeah, Arthur Smith could have done a lot of things with his life, including just sitting behind a desk at FedEx headquarters and getting paid for doing, not all that important job, but instead he's here coaching football, and he's making more money that way. But they came back from commercial. Apparently, T.J. Watt had his foot stepped on by Dawson Knox for Buffalo, and then Buffalo ran a play. I have no idea what the hell they even did. The hell did Buffalo do there? 5-yard run for Ray Davis. Sounds about right. 2nd and 5. Another handoff here to James Cook. That's going to be a gain of 2 yards, maybe 3 there. This may be the most painful loss in recent history, says Concepts. Not sure of true or recency bias. Every loss is painful at this point, and they all are starting to blend in and look the same. So I just tossed this one on another typical 2025 Pittsburgh Steelers game. 0 expectations of the Steelers beating the Bills. 0. Agreed there, Freight Train. Clock has officially hit the 2-minute warning in this game now, with a 3rd and 2 still upcoming. T.J. Watt standing there on the sideline, helmet on. Just screw it. Keep him off the field. Just keep him there. Don't send him back out there. In fact, if there was a number less than 0 for my expectations of them winning, be like -80. Sounds about right there as well, Freight Train. Standard is the standard there from Echelon. Concepts here. What's crazy is this team will end up winning the Super Bowl in February. This is me typing that and believing it. Definitely putting on some clown face there for that one, Concepts. Protect your health, fellas. Don't raise your blood pressure for these goofballs. My blood pressure, it's pretty mellow right now. It's just sitting here, going through the motions again with this team, which is what they do out there on the field. So why can't I do it right here? Because they make you feel that way. Pivot Point basketball in here. Welcome, Pivot Point. We are so trash. Fire Tomlin, one of the many passerby viewers in here to type that. Agree with all of you coming in here. Health is wealth. Protect your peace. Agreed there, Echelon. And to think things are about to get worse for Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh is about to draft Lenora Sellers, Anthony Richardson 2.0. I do like Lenora. Oh, excuse me there. Did not mean to bump my desk here. I do like Lenora Sellers, but do I like Lenora Sellers coming into this organization with these coaches? Totally not. Totally not. I'd rather waste a pick on a Garrett Nussmeier or something like that. Someone who you're going to pick up in the middle of rounds, and if they pan out, they pan out. If they don't, no big deal. Something like that. But, yeah, Lenora Sellers, I am not going to draft him because you bring him here, you will ruin him before he even hits the field in a preseason game because it's going to be hardwired into him. Don't throw over the middle of the field. Check the ball down. Protect the ball. Throw it into the row. All that typical Mike Tomlin bullshit that we've come to know by heart for years now. Look at the body language. They hate the coaching staff. They hate it here. Definitely some, what's the word I'm looking for? Definitely some messaging falling on deaf ears in that Steelers locker room, whether they want to admit it or not. It's going to be 3rd and 2 here for the Bills, and it is going to be stopped short here by multiple Steelers. James Cook again getting the ball there on 3rd and 2. It's now 4th and 1 for Buffalo. Hand over the mouth there for McDermott, the head coach. Are they going to go for it here on offense and truly ice this game away, or are they going to kick a field goal here? McDermott telling the official there, the line judge standing beside him to watch the clock. Looks like McDermott's going to let this clock run all the way down here and then take a timeout. Indeed, he will do that. Clock at 2, 1, and 0. And with 1:12 left, that is what's left in this ball game. Echelon here. Quick reminder, close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Then drink some water. Have some lives outside of Pittsburgh. Love you, chat. Love you, Echelon. Thank you coming in here and spreading the positive mental health stuff right there. Appreciate that. Same with you, their concepts. Got my water right here. Now, I talk a whole bunch, so it doesn't really, get drank that much, but definitely will. Indeed, Buffalo is going to bring on the field goal unit here. Matt Prater, again, just like earlier, a 27-yard attempt. The only thing different is that it's from the right hash mark this time instead of the left, and this kick is going to be up and right down the middle. So tack on another 3 for Buffalo. And now takes things to 26-7, and we're going to have some BS half-ass drive here from the Steelers with 1:07 left on the clock. If the Steelers score a touchdown here, which I don't expect them to do, watch. It's going to be your typical Roman Wilson garbage time touchdown here. It's coming up. I bet you. Just wait for it. I'm going to call it right now. The Bills are going to be playing some prevent defense, and Roman Wilson is going to get a big reception at least here, maybe even a touchdown grab. Oh, boy. Alex Highsmith, he looks really happy there on the sideline. 1:07, probably be around a minute by the time the clock stops here after this kickoff. Fielded at the 2 by Keyshawn Williams. He'll bring it out to past the 20, the 25, wrapped up there and taken down at around the 28-yard line. That was number 56, Javon Solomon, backup defensive end on the tackle there. Hey. Let's see here. At least the Steelers did one thing smart here today. Mason Rudolph is in here for this garbage time touchdown, for this garbage time drive, as is Caleb Johnson. He's in there as well. Hand off to Johnson, and as probably predictable, runs forward and gets 1 yard. That is not surprising. Josh Allen on the Bills sideline giving hugs to his 2 backup offensive tackles in this one. So it makes it even that much more Steelers-like. Again, backup tackles the Steelers are going against. And again, oh, Jesus. Sorry. Ben Skoranek makes the reception there as Mason Rudolph scrambled out to the right. Skoranek was coming back towards the Steelers sideline, and I think he just took out, maybe that was wide receiver coach Zach Azzani. Just absolutely trucked him after making that catch. Or no, it was incomplete, so never mind, it wasn't even a catch. Ben Skoranek getting even some more tackle practice other than special teams. Totally forgot what I was saying. Handoff here again to Caleb Johnson, and that is a surrender if I have ever seen one. the Bills jog out onto the field, and that is going to be the ball game. The Steelers going up against backup offensive tackles. And after, again, another lead heading into halftime, again, a second half implosion where they'd be better off if they had stayed in the locker room. Started immediately. First play out of half. Aaron Rodgers, the strip sack that was returned for a fumble. Not even all that shocking. You knew it was over when that happened. So, there we go again. Let me pop up the final score here. Here's your final. Buffalo 26, Pittsburgh. Who gives a crap? That'll do it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Final comments here from Concepts, Freight Train, all of that. Thank you guys for the love and coming on back again. Appreciate you guys as always for tuning in and commenting and making things interesting and eventful throughout the game besides what is going on over here on the TV. You guys make it more bearable. So I appreciate you for that. And I'm sure we are going to have a ton to talk about when we come back here tomorrow night. Sometime, between 5:30 and 6 o'clock, I'll say, is when we'll be live for our normal Monday live stream recapping this game and anything else across Pittsburgh sports that has gone down over the weekend. So we'll talk about all of that then. Going to get some rest and go shower off this terrible loss before we come back tomorrow night and bitch and complain and come up with solutions, some delusional, some legitimate. We'll talk about it a bunch tomorrow. So thank you all for joining me on stream for over 3 hours again here for another Steelers game day and another loss. See you guys back here tomorrow for a recap of this game and more. For the final time, on your way out, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Like this live stream, share this live stream, leave a comment in the comment section. Up to 644 subscribers on the channel, so be sure to hit that button if you have not done so already. Go give the channel a follow as well at Steel City SR on Facebook, Instagram, and X. And we will talk about all this tomorrow. Thank you all. Have a good rest of your Sunday night. Steelers lose again, but hey, what else is new? We'll talk about it tomorrow. Peace.